Good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to D. Harris Field in Sparta, Tennessee, where we are set to make some history tonight. It's round number 3 of the postseason. The quarterfinals are here, and we got a good one for you on tap as two Region 4 4A opponents duke it out one more time in a rematch. It's the visiting Macon County Tigers against the hosting White County Warriors. I'm Noel McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined here in front of the press box by my friends Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollis, and Coach Michael Dodgen on the sideline tonight. The lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. No Hallie Ledbetter this evening. She's a little under the weather, so we hope Hallie gets to feeling better soon, and we will see her next week. Tonight's broadcast presented by JB&M Trucking, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, and Macon Bacon Trust Company. We appreciate them for making it possible for us to be here. And guys, we'll take a break when the national anthem starts, but the stage is set for a collision. Somebody's going to make history. Either Macon County's going to host their first semifinal game ever, or Sparta's going to the semis for the first time in school history.
Yeah, you said it. This is set up to be a big-time game. It's a rematch from earlier in the year. A lot of excuses flying around for how that one went last time. I'll say it like last week. Sparta just whooped Macon County in week 5 or 6 of the season. And you can say whatever you want about the weather, but that's how it played out. And I know Macon County's got a sour taste in their mouth when they get that right, and Sparta wants to ride that wave.
Exactly. One thing I want to bring up, officiating crew tonight is from the Tullahoma area, so cannot be any crew or any officials that cover either one of these teams in the regular season at home. So got some outsiders out here refereeing, and
so we don't have to hear, well, they don't like Sparta, or they don't like Macon County. That shouldn't be an issue tonight.
And you also don't have to hear Bobby Rollins sucks. So the good news is it should be no one that anyone knows here. And but yeah, you're right. You shouldn't hear that because they should be unbiased because they don't know either one of these teams.
Well, and old Bobby's watching from the beach, so he's got us beat tonight. It's
he told me to be good to him. That's about as good as I'm going to be.
And we are live now on the main UCR YouTube channel and NFHS Network, soon to be live on the main UCR Facebook page. Facebook is just really making me mad recently, but we are live on those two places as we welcome you into the Watson Chevy pregame show, and a lot of interesting notes to get to. Let's start with kind of the headlines. The superstars in this game, there's a Mr. Football semifinalist, and it is the biggest unanswered question, the health of Trip Pinion. Sparta's been able to withstand the hamstring injury to their superstar senior quarterback, but they did it against Region 3 4A teams who quite frankly weren't ready for the fight just did. Tonight, it appears Trip Pinion's as healthy as he's been since the injury, but these hamstrings, they are so finicky, you never know when it could pop back up again. If Trip Pinion's at full strength, it's a huge boost for a Sparta team trying to win this game tonight.
I'll say this, he's probably not going to get back to full strength at any point in this football season, and probably till mid-January or February, and the only thing you can do for a hammy is give it a lot of rest. And like you said, it's one of those things, once you pop it, you're just not getting all the way back there, and you just got to take the time. That being said, a Trip Pinion at 85 to 95% in that window is a lot better than I was as a player. So, again, low bar, not saying a whole lot, but he's better than most out there. And then you look across the field with the two borders over there, and what a headache that presents, having to find out a way, which one you're going to take away, and you stop one, they go to the other. You think you got a good plan for both of them, and either one of them is liable to go the distance at any point. So I wholeheartedly expect to see a bunch of big plays tonight. Maybe not necessarily a shootout like a 42-43 game, but some big explosive plays and something to get these fans on their feet.
It is a rematch, and there's a lot of interesting parallels to this game to the first one. Obviously, the main thing that comes into mind, very different weather conditions. It's cold tonight, but it was very rainy as the hurricane blew through here the last time these two teams get together. But it was a victory for White County on this field, 34-18, and they really bottled up the superstars for Macon County. Gabe and Zach Borders, my goodness, those two are playing great football. Macon County coming off the biggest win in school history in Baxter against the top-ranked undefeated Upperman Bees, 28-15. Can they get loose today with maybe no Trip Pinion on the defensive side of the ball? Path to victory for Macon County tonight, a lot of 7 and a lot of 4.
And control the clock. I think if you're Macon, they kind of run this wing tee option type offense. It's not really a true traditional wing tee, but milk the clock, and you're really wanting to keep the ball out of Trip's hands as much as you can and kind of play keep away. And the funny thing is, Sparta's probably thinking the same thing. If they can have some extended, 10, 15 play drives and just make it difficult on those guys to get the ball back and shorten the game. I don't know if any defense will be able to do this. I was overly impressed last week being in Baxter watching Macon, how they played the run. They were aggressive. Linebackers were coming downhill. They locked up the upper receivers on the outside, and they were just pulling their triggers, beating the pullers to the spot, splitting double teams, you name it. And you can do that with the type of backs and quarterback Upperman has because they're a little bigger, more physical. It takes them a second to get going, but once they're going, they're gone. Tripp, he can make you miss in the backfield and be gone. So one of those things, are you going to be super aggressive downhill, or are you going to try to fit your gaps traditionally? And then White County goes on the road and beats a 10-0 Loudon team. And, I'll be honest, we talked about it a lot. We didn't feel like Loudon was very good. I feel like Stone Memorial kind of showed us what Loudon was, and then Sparta went in there and punched them in the mouth and finished that thing off. And we've touted this region for being as good a region as there is in the state. Probably not where we expected to be tonight, but that's about this region. I mean, you got to show up and come to play every single Friday night, or your tail's going to be at home.
It's interesting, guys. Anderson County and Greenville on the other side. The winner of this game will host the winner of that game. They're tied up at 7, I believe, at the end of the first quarter there out in East Tennessee. This Class 4A, maybe with the two exceptions that are not Marshall County and Pearl Cone, all other 6 teams left can win it. That gives you a lot of optimism, but it also means you're not going to have an easy game yet if you want to win a state championship.
Yeah, at this point in your year, it's win or go home, and we get to that point at every sports season in high school, whether it's basketball, baseball, softball, whatever, but that's where we are in football right now, and usually you don't see bad teams make it this far. You're here for a reason. Usually really well-coached teams or teams with really good athletes, and we got a little of both of that tonight.
Yeah, and tonight, whichever team wins this game tonight, it's going to be hard out for whoever they face because they probably don't see the athleticism of a Tripp Pinion. They probably don't see the athleticism of the Borders Twins and the offensive scheme of Macon County. So whoever wins this battle tonight, the other teams will have their hands full next Friday night.
Looks like the band's taking the field. We'll have the national anthem, so we'll take a break and come back with more pregame action. It's a huge quarterfinal round matchup tonight. Live on YouTube. We need you to share the link to your Facebook pages just like I did to the main UCR Facebook page so you can join us here tonight. We'll have more pregame and kickoff when we come back. Coverage of tonight's game is presented by Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Bacon Trust Company, and JB&M Trucking on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bacon Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bacon Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
JB&M Trucking has recently partnered with TS Transportation out of Sparta. They're here to handle your local, regional, and OTR flatbed needs. JB&M Trucking also offers hotshot capacity. Call 931-265-5521 for more information. If you're a driver looking for a change of scenery, they have opportunities available for you. Remember, for all your transportation needs, contact Jordan Bailey with JB&M Trucking at 931-265-5521. JB&M Trucking is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Manette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present this 5-property, online-only absolute auction in Albany, Kentucky. Featuring homes, mobile homes, and lots, you can bid on this multi-property sale at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding in this online-only auction ends on Tuesday, November 26th at 10 a.m. Eminette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. We are moments away from kickoff here at D. Harris Field Warrior Stadium. It's a Region 4 4A rematch tonight. The best 4A region in the state gets one more matchup. The Macon County Tigers taking on the White County Warriors. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Coach Michael Dodgen, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us. We're happy to be here. Coin toss about to be held at midfield, and Coach Dodgen, late arriving crowd, but a good crowd. Macon County wasn't late arriving. Sparta here. It's going to be a good football game.
It's going to be a great football game, and, you know, probably 99.9% of the people in the state thought that this game would be up the road a little bit in Baxter. But as Lee Corso used to say, not so fast, my friend. We're down in Sparta tonight. Not raining, but it's a little cold tonight, boys. It's going to be interesting to see how people take care of the football on the field tonight with some good solid hits. And
the shots were fired a little bit from Lake County as a lot of rain songs were happening. That's the common thread in our comment section was, yeah, we lost to Sparta, but it was raining and it's a hurricane. And sure, that was a factor. Coach Beatty told me that this morning. Good enough.
White County played in it too, you know.
Trip Pinion likes to dance around too out there. Yeah. Trip Pinion likes to get rolling. So what I did not hear that from was Kyle Shoulders this morning. So the people that matter, I think, understand White County flat out won that football game 2 months ago in this building, and they haven't lost since. Macon County, they've been equally as hot. These are two teams that are playing as well as anybody in the state. White County at 10-2 under head coach Curtis Beatty in his second season. They're 15-7. This is the furthest they've ever made it into the third round of the postseason. Their first time here. It's only their 13th ever postseason game in school history. They're 3-9 in those games, but all three of those wins have come in the last 3 seasons. They defeated Red Bank in round number 1, 31-6, then Loudon in round 2, 28-0. Told you so. They've won 7 games in a row. The streak started with that win over Macon County. Their losses this year: competitive game with Cookeville, wholly uncompetitive game here against Upperman, 49-7. Offensively, they're scoring 30 points per game. Defensively, allowing 14 points per game. 4 shutouts for the Sparta defense, 6 single-digit outputs, and they've not allowed more than 6 points in the last 3 games. Justin Trip Pinion rightfully gets all the headlines, but Coach Foster, the defensive coordinator for this Sparta team, has this Sparta defense playing at an elite level.
Yeah, and at this point in the year, you're not going to advance to the next round if you don't have a good defense. They say defense travels. It's cold. It's not rainy. I mean, it's just it's playoff football. This is what you put that time in the off season and the springtime and all that it sucks. It's hard to practice football. The weightlifting's not fun. The conditioning's not fun. But you do all this to get here, and you've got to lean on your defense. And you said it. We talk about Tripp gets the headlines in the offense, but this defense has been playing lights out kind of since that last Macon game, and they've gone a run. And I think that is the biggest matchup to me tonight as I look at it. The Sparta defense against the Macon offense. I feel like that strength on strength. Who wins that battle is going to be who wins the game, in my opinion.
Their opponent tonight, the Macon County Tigers, a 10-2 record under head coach Kyle Shoulders. In his 7th season, they're 54-26. They are 9-19 all-time in the postseason, but 5-6 under Coach Shoulders. They're 0-1 in the 3rd round under Coach Shoulders. That was last year's game in Baxter, a 1-score affair. Upperman went on to the state championship game. They beat Red Bank they're 3-4 under Coach Shoulders on the road in the postseason. They beat Soddy Daisy 34-0, and then Upperman 28-15 in round number 2. Sparta's on a 7-game winning streak. Macon's on a 6-game winning streak. They won the week after against DeKalb County and have not looked back. They are scoring 39 points per game. As here come the Sparta Warriors. They are allowing just 12 points per game, just 2 points less than what White County is allowing. They have 8 single-digit outputs, but 1 fewer shutout with 3. The starting defense had not allowed a point after the DeKalb County game until last week, late in the 3rd quarter against Upperman. They went 4 complete games plus a half without allowing a point. The Macon County defense playing with their hair on fire right now.
And they, like I said earlier, they played downhill. They were reading pullers. And they absolutely made the Upperman backfield's life, you know what, in that game last week. They never got in the rhythm. I think Upperman ran the ball 25 times for 74 yards, and then Macon County ran that ball for 315 yards. That's not happened in a long time that I've seen around here happen to that team in Baxter last Friday night.
Coach Dodgen, this is a White County team. The health of Trip Pinion hangs in the balance, but they feel pretty good that he's going to be able to go tonight. How much will he play on defense? Maybe not in the first quarter, but they like what they saw to Trip Pinion in practice.
Well, as the coaches have said, this is the healthiest he's been since Cumberland County. So, you got to take that into equation. The one thing that we'll say about Trip Pinion, you say it every week, Trip's a winner. And winners don't back away from competition no matter what the level is or what's going on. So you know what Trip's going to bring. You're going to have to drag him off the field tonight.
It is a frigid night in the Upper Cumberland. 42 degrees at kickoff. It feels like the upper 30s, and it is a packed house. And just like in the first meeting, Macon County will receive the opening kickoff. They're in the white jerseys, white pants, blue numbers and letters outlined in a red trim. White County in their new uniforms. The gray jerseys, maroon pants, white numbers with maroon trim. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison to our left, Michael Dodgen on the sideline, the lovely Madison McKay producing things live on the main UCR YouTube channel and on the NFHS network tonight. We also welcome those of you listening on 106.1 The Eagle and on the Hub Plus Roku app. It is a big fight field tonight. The kick is away. Let's get it on. It's bobbled by Gabe Borders. It's still loose, and I think Gabe Borders got it. Let's wait and see. It is Macon County football, but a great directional kick for Sparta forces the Tigers to start on their own 30, and they do not start on their own 30 very often. We talked about Gabe and Zach Borders, guys, but the quarterback this year, Luke Gammon, just picked up an NAIA offer today. Congratulations to him. He's been a very effective runner within their read option game, and when he's had to throw it, he's made great decisions the last half of the season.
He's just got to get the ball where it goes, where it needs to go every play, and right there Sparta hit a little bloop. Gabe came over to field it, and it hit off his chest pad. Lucky he got back on that one, or Sparta had a short field.
3 receivers set to the right, 1 to the left. Gammon, the quarterback. Zach Borders, the tailback with him. Motions Brennan Flowers across the line of scrimmage, and now here comes Braylon Flowers, his brother. Snap taken, stretch play to the left, looking for the edge is Zach Borders. He'll cut it up. There goes Zach Borders to the 40, and he'll be cut down at the 45, but not before moving the chains on a Turner Roofing. First down for Macon County. A gain of 15. Braden Lewis makes the tackle, and that is the key tonight. No trip pinion, maybe. They're going to see how he goes early. He may get in there on defense. Sparta desperate to find somebody. Coach said maybe it's a Cole Sims and a Demarius Dowell who can get the Borders twins on the ground.
Well, and on that, they just run a kind of a jet sweep, butt sweep out there to the wide side of the field and just had too much speed getting around the end for White County to keep up with. 1st
and 10 for Macon County from their own 45-yard line. Working left to right on your radio dial if you're listening on 106.1 The Eagle. Gammon takes the shotgun snap, gives up the middle to Borders. He runs into the teeth of the Sparta front. Nothing doing there. He does get about 3, and talking to Coach Shoulders, so much respect for Lex Winfrey inside. A.J. Hunt inside. A huge Sparta front 7. It's the most underrated maybe unit in the entire Upper Cumberland. They move them there for 3 yards.
And I think you do. You have to give those guys credit. And I think first play of the game, they get on the edge. They're getting around everybody, and then you try to run it up inside. Not as easy sledding in there. I think running between the tackles is going to be tough tonight for Macon.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers as they break the huddle. Gammon sends 2 receivers over to the right. Lined up along the line of scrimmage, 1 to the left. Motions across, it's Gabe Borders, and they'll give it to him on the sweep. Borders puts a foot in the ground and will get popped. Taken down at midfield. He got forward for 2. And now here's where the game will be won and lost tonight. It's a 3rd and 5 for Macon County. There was a host of Warriors in there in the teeth of that defensive line.
And it looked like right there, guys, that he tried to get some footing right there, and it didn't. He just kind of slipped a little bit.
Hunter Broyles makes the tackle. He's a big old boy inside.
Halftime score from Anderson County, 14-7, Greenville over Anderson County.
That's on the Quality Family scoreboard. The winner gets the winner of this game. And here's the train horns that we talked all week about. They proved me wrong. They wanted to shut me up about the train horn. Snap taken. Play fake up the middle goes Gammon, and he gets blasted. Got 2. Bet you $1 billion Kyle Shoulders goes for it on what will be 4th down and 2 for the Tigers. 2.5 minutes into the ball game.
Yeah, and got a quarterback counter there. They've been hitting the jet sweep action to the outside. They fake the jet sweep and have a puller coming around the backside. Again, tough sledding between the tackles. Getting into 4th and 2. Big play here in the first quarter right here at midfield.
4th and 2 from the 47-yard line here for the Tigers as they'll break huddle with Gammon going wide, and it is Gabe Borders at quarterback. Rowdy environment in Warrior Stadium, and they are making some noise. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Borders. Has the snap. Going to keep it himself up the middle, and he's got the first down. Gabe Borders needed 2, and he got 5.
Yeah, and that's a wrinkle, all right? They're going to put him at quarterback, and it's just a different look when he keeps it because he's got such that short space quickness, and he's able to stick his feet in the ground and get north and south so quick. It's a different look there for that Sparta defense playing it. Good fake of the ball.
Darvon Richmond makes the tackle for the Sparta defense. 1st and 10 from the 42 in the first minute. Macon went right down the field. Actually, it was even easier than this has been so far. Scored a touchdown, then Sparta took control of the football game. Macon loves to repeat that first part. They don't want to repeat the second part.
Right. Going to get a motion guy coming across here.
And Gabe Borders going to stay at quarterback with Zach on his left. He's going to stretch it out now and keeping himself up the middle as he reads it. Now he hops over a defender. There goes Gabe Borders to the checkerboards. Touchdown, Macon County. Gabe Borders stretches it and explodes up the middle for 6.
And I said we were going to get a motion guy. I didn't realize Gabe was in at quarterback. They had someone else out there at receiver. He kept it inside. And that's the first time any runners had daylight on an in-between-the-tackles play for Macon County.
A long touchdown run of 42 yards for Gabe Borders, and a great start for the Tigers on the road. Is it 6-0? We'll get that scoreboard back up and working for you. Coach Dodgen, you're doing a great job with it. It's up here. It's just the connection. We'll get it fixed. Borders is the holder here for Eli Gammon, a great kicker who sends it up and through. 8:14 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Macon County. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. from bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
A fast start for the Macon County offense as they go right down the field, and Gabe Borders takes it in from 42 yards out to give the Tigers a 7-0 lead. Now Trip Pinion and the Sparta offense will look to answer, and one of the fastest starting teams in the state does it again tonight in Macon County.
That's the thing. When Gabe's got a crease, hold your breath, get your popcorn ready because he's out.
Jamming on to kick this one away. It's a low line drive that bounces and is fielded cleanly at the 21. Setting up the return with blockers in front, cutting upfield at the 40. Outran the blockers a little bit. Antonio Purvis, good two-way player, now being pushed backward. They're letting it go. Still no whistle. And we have the whistle now at the 40-yard line. South Central crew here tonight. Not from our area. I'll tell you what we think.
That was weird.
If you're going to get your forward spot at the 40-yard line, you definitely want to go ahead and blow the whistle and not let them drive them back to the 25.
What are we doing?
1,100 devices watching on YouTube alone right now. We welcome you in. Glad you found it. Make sure you do us a favor. Please share this stream. Share the link onto your Facebook pages. We're not live on Facebook because Facebook stinks, so we just need people to know there that they can find us here. 1st and 10 from the 40, and now the Macon County sideline will make their noise. Lafayette here tonight to the surprise of no one.
If you're robbing a bank, go get it.
Not any of our sponsors. 3 over to the left.
Macon Bank and Trust.
Please no. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Trip Pinion trying to motion a man, and now he'll come across Richmond. A little early movement and a delay of game. Take your pick.
The good news is both of them are 5 yards.
Yes, indeed, and it will go against White County and push them back 5 yards.
Guys, this is the same kind of start that Sparta had last week on the first possession. Just couldn't get set and settled coming off the sidelines.
Coach, don't worry about the scoreboard. I'm going to keep it up here because it is not connecting right, so he can focus all his attention on that.
Oh, man.
It's not on you, actually. It's just because it doesn't want to connect up here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, and I can't fix it while we're on air. We'll get a new scoreboard on the screen for you momentarily. Snap taken. Trip Pinion keeps it around the outside on the option. He'll pitch it back to Richmond. Richmond breaks a tackle. Got the penalty yardage back and then some as he crosses the original line of scrimmage to the 44. It's a gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and you're getting back to just option fundamental football. Who's got dive, who's got quarterback, who's got pitch. And that's the thing with Tripp doing that. You mess up, he's going to make the right play, and he's going to be out. But they strung it out, got it to the pitchman. That's really where you wanted to go most of the times, and just get the ball out of Tripp's hands.
Tripp's out to the left, 1 to the right for Trip Pinion. We have big Isaiah Kelso, who rumbled over Loudon last week in the backfield with him. Snap taken. Going to give it to him on the sweeper around. This time it's Demarius Dowell. Dowell tries to cut upfield. Gets hit a little bit up high, and it's going to be a face mask against Macon County. They got him down after a gain of 5, but this is going to lead to a first down for the Warriors.
And Jeremy, help me out here. Do we have incidental face masks, or is everything a 15-yard penalty there?
Yeah, in high school, you still have the 5 and the 15-yard. It looked like a 5-yard penalty to me. Either way, like Noah said, going to be a first down and a big first down pickup for White County.
It is a face mask against Macon County. Matthew Wheely made the tackle, but unfortunately got a little bit too much of Demarius Dowell, and it is a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for the Warriors.
Guys, you know it's a big high school football game when you have Murphy Fair on your sidelines.
Well, he was out here down in Baxter last week. He's making his living in Upper Cumberland right now. Good
3
football.
to the left, 1 to the right. Good football indeed. You're welcome for telling you about it. As Pinion in the gun calls for the snap, has it. Going to give around the left side. Plenty of room to rumble for Isaiah Kelso, who has a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down on a gain of 11 to Sparta offense. Moving on their opening drive, Gabe Borders makes the tackle.
And we call that's a counter op. So the run plays going opposite of the counter. The backside guard and tackle pull around, and he still hands it to the back going flat. So it's a hard read for that end, though. He's got to sit there. When those pullers go, he's got to sit and play his assignment.
1st and 10 Sparta from the 34-yard line. 4 receivers set, 2 split out each way for Trip Pinion. has the shotgun snap. Going to keep it himself up the middle, Macon County ready for it. They'll get him down after a gain of 3 to the 31-yard line.
Power read hitting that inside, and that's something that all night we're going to see on both of these sides. It just looks different. What Sparta's doing, their option games is out of the spread, out of the shotgun. Macon can do both, but when they get under center, it's just a quicker read for those defensive tackles and those linebackers.
Brody Fry, who also is the punter for this team, makes the tackle there. And he'll bring up a second down, and we'll say 7 here for Sparta. Pinion calls for the snap and has it. Going to stretch it around left side for Kelso. Plenty of room to operate. Kelso splits the defense and dives near the red zone. He'll get there into the Cheek Insurance red zone on a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down. Sparta moving it, trying to answer the score with 5:42 to go in the first quarter. Ty Young makes the tackle.
And, guys, this is kind of like the last game. They used Kelso a lot over the left side the last time they played Macon County. So they like something on this left side with that matchup.
Well, and the receivers are doing a really good job blocking downfield, getting a hat on a hat, allowing some of these to go for more. And they're outnumbered to the field here.
Trips to the right, 4-trip. Pinion now in motion. Richmond as well. Snap taken. Going to give it to Richmond, who's, never mind, Pinion kept it. Fooled me. And Trip Pinion will be brought down after a gain of a couple on the play. It's a good thing he kept it because Richmond got blown up off the edge. It'll be 2nd and 8. Kelby Wheeler on the tackle. Again, apologies, we'll go to the old school scoreboard, but it's a very cold night, and some of the connection was a little bit glitchy, but we got it on the field, on the screen now. We'll get the score correct on it.
Well, and that's something last week I noticed Macon had a hard time getting lined up to some of the 3 receiver stuff that Upperman did, and they're continuing to be outnumbered some tonight.
Trips to the left, one to the right, 4-trip. Pinion has the snap. Macon County brings pressure. Kelso gets away to the left side, jumps past one man. Now another barrels past the 10. The pin on the spot for Isaiah Kelso. Similar script, though. All those linebackers for Macon County are flowing right downhill just like they did a week ago. Sparta getting it to the edges as Ty Young made the tackle.
Well, and that's where this op counterplay is hurting Macon. They are fast flowing just like they did last week, like you said, with those pullers. And he's handing it opposite of where the pullers are coming from, so there's just nobody out there. They went trips, FSL, or trips into the boundary. They just got them outnumbered every time they're doing that. And like Coach Dodgen said, they got something they like over there on the left side.
On the Quality Family scoreboard, trouble in Salina, 14-0. South Pitt at the end of the 1 minute and 4 seconds into the ball game there. A fumble return for a touchdown. Pitch ahead, blown up. Looking for Richmond, and no problem for the sure tackler Ty Young, who comes in to blow it up. It'll be a big loss of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, they tried to run that play a couple plays ago, and the jet guy got blown up, but they didn't hand it, and Tripp kept it out the backside. This time they do that little touch pass, and they get it to him, and he got smacked again. So that one's not there. The stuff out the back of the left side is.
It is 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line. Another motion man across. Pinion going to give to Kelso. Kelso tries to split the defense. Big stiff arm for Kelso, and he will dive forward. Zach Borders makes the tackle there. And it'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line.
Kelso on the carry. Tackled by Zach Borders.
We've got to be in the 4-down territory here for White County, and I'm wondering if we're going to see our first pass of the game. This is a fast-flowing first quarter.
3:30 to go in the first quarter. As they'll break the huddle on those air horns and the band rocking for Macon County. 7-0 to score in favor of the Tigers. 5 seconds on the play clock. Pinion has the shotgun snaps. Quarterback keeper the entire way. Macon County not fooled, and they will wrap him up, and a host of Tigers sling him down. No gain on the play. 4th and goal, and we'll see what Coach Beatty decides to do here. Is he going to kick it? And it looks like he is going to send the field goal unit out. Hunter Griggs makes the tackle. Wyatt Diltz onto the field, and Noah Skeeth, the junior kicker, will trot on here to attempt it. This is going to be a 28-yard attempt from the left hash for Skeeth. A good stand in the red area for Macon County, and they'll see it's not a chip shot here, in high school especially. Skeeth to attempt. Snap. Set. Kick nearly blocked. It's a low one, and it did not get there. No good. Macon County's defense bows up and gets the turnover on downs on the missed field goal. And now they'll look to take control with 2:20 to go in the opening quarter, leading 7-0.
And something to keep an eye on, guys. When Macon County sees this formation that White County gets in, if you look at the linebackers, they're kind of directing traffic with the front four right there. So it's something they've picked up on either on signals or just formations.
That's tough for White County there. That's a 10-play drive, took up a ton of time to come away with no points. Those are hard to swallow there for that offensive staff.
One receiver each way here for the quarterback. Gammon takes the snap, puts it into the belly. He's going to pull it himself, and it will be blown up. Brandon Phillip, the senior, shoots through to make the tackle. There'll be a loss of a yard on the play. After a missed field goal, you go to the 20-yard line if you're inside the 20. And it'll be second down and 11.
Jeremy, that's a tough drive there for that Sparta offense. Now this defense has got to come out and get a stop and keep this one close.
Yeah, I agree. How you fix that, get a stop right here and put the ball back in Trip Pinion's hands.
Macon County trying to take control as Gabe Borders will come out wide to the right. Zach in the backfield with Gammon, Flowers on the left. There's a host of weapons. Snap taken. Gammon's going to throw, dropping back, looking left. The comeback, and it's intercepted! Jumping in, Darvon Richmond tiptoes, and Sparta takes it back. We're still waiting on an official signal.
They spotted it. That's an interception.
It is an interception for Darvon Richmond. He reads it a little bit too much on that pass in the air, and it leads to Sparta getting the football back in a big change of possession there. Macon County hasn't had to throw it the past few weeks. The first time they do here, it goes the other way.
And here's the thing. They ran a play-action pass, clean pocket, ton of time. That ball sailed on and it hung in the air forever, and Richmond did a great play breaking under that and getting a foot in.
And now Sparta will look to capitalize with new life. 1:28 to go in the first quarter. Two receivers set here to the right, two to the left. Pinion, double claps, has it. Going to stretch it, and feet come out from under him as he tried to plant in the ground. It'll be a loss of 2. And that is the turf monster, grass monster coming out. We've seen Gabe Borders slip once, and you see Trip Pinion slip there.
Well, and Jeremy, you just said they needed to get a stop and get the ball back to Trip, and that's what they did. They've got to capitalize on this with such a short field.
Appreciate our presenting sponsors tonight, JB&M Trucking, Jessica Nix with Mickey Royal Travel, and Macon Bank and Trust Company. We'll tell you about them as we go through the broadcast. You'll see their advertisements as well. They're making it possible for us to be here tonight, and we are here 50 deep with UCR-affiliated people. Goose is down there tonight as well. Trips to the left, one to the right. He goes in motion. Pinion takes the snap, fakes the pitch, goes around the right side. Pinion hit in the backfield, and Zach Borders will not let him go. All we had to do was beat one man, but that one man was number 4 from Lafayette, and it's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, jet motion coming across, quarterback counter out the backside, and like you said, Zach Borders stayed at home. His guy was the motion man, so when he stayed and Tripp kept it out the backside, he stayed outside of both pullers and shot upfield and got Tripp on the ground. This was going to go to the second quarter.
It will bring us into the second quarter. After one, Macon County with a 7-0 lead. Coverage of tonight's game is presented by JB&M Trucking, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, and Macon Bacon Trust Company on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back as we open up the second quarter. Macon County leads Sparta 7-0 tonight. Darvon Richmond with an interception for White County, but 2 negative plays. One, the grass slipping out from under Trip Pinion, and another great tackle by Zach Borders makes it 3rd and 12 for Sparta on the Macon County 33-yard line. They're in no man's land here as they'll send everybody out wide. Pinion calls for the snap, has it. Going to fire the screen to Richmond. Richmond in space now, stutter steps, breaks one tackle to the 30, still on his feet. Borders rips at it, but they make it 4th and manageable here, and that was the goal as Darvon Richmond makes a couple of men miss, and it will be a 4th down and 5 for the Warriors.
Yeah, so they go empty quads, run that tunnel screen coming back in, getting the ball to an athlete in space. Where he caught the ball and got hit, I didn't think they were going to have a chance to go for it, but a great individual effort play to stay on his feet, get upfield, and get some more to get it to 4th and manageable.
4th down and 5 here for White County, and Curtis Beatty wants to talk about things. Gives me an opportunity to tell you about Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel. When booking your travel with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights, you're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Give her a call at 615-691-1271 to start planning a getaway to your next dream destination. We also want to thank Macon Trust Company. Macon Trust is proud to be the sponsor of tonight's game. We believe in the investment of youth and are excited to be part of this great event, supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system as your community bank of choice. We're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. 11:49 to go in the first half, guys. Sparta has had flashes on offense. They've had a few negative plays as well. Macon County went right down the field on drive number 1. Interception stalls drive number 2. Still a little bit in that feeling out process here.
That's what I was going to say, Jeremy. It feels like these two teams are just getting settled in for a really good rest of the game.
One thing I've noticed so far is Macon absolutely, their game plan is bottle trip up. He has not got loose yet. Every time he's kept the ball, it seems like they've had an answer for that, and he's going to have to get loose for Sparta to have a chance.
If I was playing him, I'd do the same thing.
Hey, update in Jamestown. York is up 12-0 late first quarter.
Another update, Marshall County just scored to go up 7-0 on Pearl Cone.
That's in this Class 4A. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Trip Pinion on a big 4th and 5. The Mr. Football semifinalist sends Richmond in motion. He will give it to him. Richmond looking for the edge. He's trying to stretch it, and he'll have it. Darvon Richmond in the 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, White County. Darvon Richmond, the interception, and 4 plays later, the 27-yard score.
And guys, that set up off of that screen kind of out to the outside just a second ago. They used Darvon there on that play and then brought him in motion, and nobody adjusted to him.
Well, and Jeremy hit on it a second ago. It looks like they're so focused on Tripp. Everybody else is having success getting on the edge around this defense. When Tripp's keeping it, they're bottling him up, but everybody else is getting some chunk plays.
And now a big extra point. These will loom large tonight. Skeeth missed a field goal. This was further out from a different hash, just right down the middle. Sims with the hold, and this one is right down the middle. We're back where we started, a tied-up ball game. The touchdown run for Darvon Richmond makes it 7-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media.
Welcome back. It is 7-7. Sparta answers with an interception and a touchdown run for Darvon Richmond. And we got a new ball game, folks.
Yeah, we're tied up midway or right after the second quarter, and you know that. Let's not forget about that. That's just a 4-play drive, and that was 4th and 5. And they run a jet sweep and kept the ball out of Tripp's hands, and they took advantage. So that's a big play. Coach Beatty took a timeout. He knew that was a big stanza in the game, and they got points out of it.
And that's a Wallace Insurance Agency touchdown for White County. We appreciate Randy Wallace. Is he on the side? Is he on a field somewhere tonight?
They are not. They are en route to Starkville, Mississippi.
Yeah, because they got a big old boy who's going to be playing college football somewhere. Hoops kick over the right side. It bobbled by Zach Borders, and he falls on it. It's still loose. And I believe Borders was able to grab it. 2 times that's happened already. Those directional kicks working really well. And it'll bring up 1st and 10 Macon. And, fellas, we were kind of talking about it in the break. I'd be really surprised if we see another throw tonight out of Macon County unless they go down.
Well, you had a lot of success on that first drive, letting the two twins do some work. Sometimes it's better not to overcomplicate the situation.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to keep it simple, Just hand it to those dudes, let them do their thing.
1st and 10. 1 receiver each way for Luke Gammon at quarterback. Gammon has the snap. Going to pitch it outside for Zach Borders. Borders tries to reverse field. He'll be brought down. What a tackle made. The big man comes in and rips down Borders. A.J. Hunt makes the tackle. He's changed his numbers with a new uniform, but A.J. Hunt, one of those big monsters on this Sparta front 7, forces a loss of 5.
Go ahead, Coach.
That A.J. changed his number because they had to move him to the offensive line when they had kids get hurt there throughout the middle of the year.
Well, and on that play, that was just a slow developing power toss, allowed Hunt to get upfield and swallow it up.
Macon trying to get a line here with 8 on the play clock. Raylan Flowers going to go into the slot. It is 2nd and 15. Snap taken. Gammon's going to keep it himself, and he is bottled up again. Hunt and Winfrey there defensively. Maybe a gain of 3, and now Sparta with some momentum. It'll be a 3rd and 11.
And this is where you don't want to be if you're Macon County. And we talked about their passing game. They're not a pass-first offense. They're probably a run-first and run-second offense, and then only pass when you have to. I'm looking to get it into 7 or 4's hands some type of way in space, whether it's on a jet or some kind of bubble, see if they can make somebody miss.
3rd down and 11. Huge play in this ball game now.
Guys, I don't know if you can hear it up top. It is loud right now.
It is. The Cowboys ringing out. Motion man across for Gammon. Takes the snap. Pardon me. This is Gabe Borders at quarterback. Blockers in front. He is blown up. Isaiah Kelso flies in to make the tackle. If you remember Proving Ground with the White County Warriors, Isaiah Kelso was a big piece that they talked about. He makes the tackle, and Macon County goes 3 and out and doesn't gain a yard.
And that's a big stop there for that White County defense. After giving up the drive, they get an interception. White County scores in a 3 and out. Momentum shifting over to the home sideline.
9:30 to go in this first half, and all of a sudden White County has all the momentum, and the band with the loudest rendition of this song they've had this year, blaring. Fry to kick. Sparta tries to block it. No running into the kicker here, and it takes a Macon County roll to about the 31. Little contact. Fry went down, but I'm good with it.
Really good job by the white hat and the umpire there to pass on that flag, because I thought the Oscar performance was out a little bit, but like you said, a little bit of contact. Looked like he had been shot. However, good job. You keep that flag in your pocket.
Jeremy, with the new rule in basketball, that would have been a flop.
That would have been a team warning in basketball, and the next one's against the head coach. Isn't that right, Dodgen?
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. You're the best official in the Upper Cumberland.
I don't referee anymore.
It's the first time I've heard that one.
That's why.
There's a lot of people happy about that.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Isaiah Kelso in the backfield with Trip Pinion as they look for their first lead in their first ever quarterfinal game. A little note on that after this play. Snap taken, handoff to Kelso up the middle, and they will push forward, and the pile is still moving. The ball is loose. It's still on the ground. They haven't blown it dead, and Macon County comes away with the football. Macon County takes it on a fumble recovery. The pile was kind of pushing back and forth, and we've got a Warrior who is down on the field. A lot to decipher through there, Jeremy Tollison.
You know, what I see there, and obviously I'm not on the field and can't tell inside of the stack of people where the ball is at. It seemed to me forward progress was probably stopped. That's the second time tonight that the whistle has been just kind of left out there for a little bit to see what happens. and it's a tough break for White County.
And right here, Coach Beatty just asked the official that question, and the official just told Coach Beatty, as long as your linemen are pushing, we're going to let them go.
It is 1st and 10 here
by
for Macon
rule,
County.
As long as the running back is not moving forward, that is the only thing that determines whether you blow the whistle
Isaiah
or not.
Kelso, the injured Warrior, he walked off the field under his own power, in and out, and that was a big swing. Now Macon County has it, the first turnover of the game for White County, second total in the game. They've got it 1st and 10 on the 34 of Sparta. Gammon fakes the pitch. He's looking to throw downfield. Gammon's open, or pardon me, Flowers is open, but it's broken up as it was underthrown a bit. A nice job on the back end of the defense to get there by Eli Smith, the safety. The play was open for Brennan Flowers, Justin, but a little bit late on the throw.
A little late on the throw. He had pressure in his face. That allowed that to be underthrown and the DB to get under it, or that's a touchdown.
And Gannon, the quarterback, just came up limping and walked over the sidelines to get the play, but he took a pretty good shot at the end of the play.
2nd and 10 now from the 34-yard line.
I just got a text from somebody we both know, Jeremy, asking you to go to the field and give the refs the rule book.
There you go. 2 receivers to the left for Gammon. Snap taken, going to give to Borders, and Zach Borders will be tripped up as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Does get forward for about 3, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7, and they have 2 downs to get it here in no man's land. Big leg for Luke Gammon, but they're not going to try it from here. Or pardon me, for Eli Gammon, I should say.
Yeah, and, just going back to last week's game that we were at, watching Macon County and Upperman, they were giving it to Borders left and Borders right, and they were riding those dudes all the way home. They're kind of trying to mix it up a little bit more, maybe catch Sparta sleeping. I think we're going to get to a point where they're going to get some of this wing stuff and start handing it to those dudes.
One receiver to the left, one to the right. Motion man is Gabe Borders across. They're going to give it to him, and now he's going to put his foot in the ground and try to reverse field to the edge. Gets hit in the backfield and brought down. A.J. Hunt touched him first. Isaiah Kelso finishes him off. They tried to get a little bit razzle-dazzly, and White County sets the edge.
They did. They did a really good job staying at home, not over-pursuing that ball, because when Gabe initially stuck his foot in the ground, coming back across the grain, he had a little something there, but the pursuit was able to keep him down.
And now, no option to leave the offense on the field here on what is a 4th down and 7 as they gave forward progress to the 32.
Play clock.
It's down to 4, and Kyle Shoulders has to burn a timeout here with that play clock ticking down. 7:19 to go in half number 1. 30-second timeout. It gives me an opportunity to tell you about Wallace Insurance Agency. Randy Wallace with Wallace Insurance Agency specializes in auto, home, business, and life insurance as an independent agency. Located just above Warrior Stadium, Randy Wallace is your local insurance expert who's prepared to find the policy best suited for you. Call Randy today at 931-837-2550. Wallace Insurance Agency is proud to support UCR and the White County Warriors. Any interesting scores that jump out to you, Jeremy, on the Quality Family scoreboard?
Greenville, Anderson County tied at 14, 5:26 left in the 3rd quarter. That's the one that jumps out at me the most. York, Bledsoe's tightened that lead a little bit. It's 12-7, 7:07 left in the 2nd quarter.
One thing I know for sure, guys, is we're going to be calling a Greenville or Anderson County game next week. The question will it be at Pat Parker Memorial Field or right here at D. Harris Field?
And Jeremy, I just want to go back and revisit that pushing the pile a little bit. That's happened twice tonight, and that's just not something I've ever heard of before.
Now, at the end of the day is, now if you're pushing the pile, which is causing the running back to continue to move forward, then I have no problem letting that go.
Well, once it stops.
But just because I'm pushing, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't be watching the offensive lineman. I should be watching the running back with the football. 4th down and 7, and for the first time tonight, they're going to go under center. They gashed Upperman with this a week ago. Gammon looking to throw, dropping back. He's got Borders downfield and a foot race, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Macon County. Gammon fires the rainbow pass, and Zach Borders runs it down for 6.
And what a play call. The first time they get in that tonight, I wasn't thinking they were passing. I know it was 4th and 7, but he hits the wheel out of the backfield off the fake and was wide open. That ball hung in the air forever also, but he was able to run under it.
Yeah, it looked like the seam the defense was attacked the seam pass because he was open for a second, left the flat over there open for the wheel.
32-yard touchdown pass from Gammon to Zach Borders, and now Eli Gammon on for the extra point. Snap, set, kick is good. 7:12 to go in the first half. Macon County back out in front by a score. It's 14-7.
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bank & Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank & Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Welcome back, 14-7. Macon County maybe gets a little bit of a gift on the fumble, and they capitalize on fourth down with a touchdown pass from Luke Gammon to Zach Borders, and they go back out in front, 14-7. Pressure on Sparta's offense to answer here now.
And that's all you can do if you're White County. That play's done and gone. You've got to flush it, go play the rest of the game. You can complain about it, win or lose after the game, but right now, you've just got to get back to business.
Marius Dowell back deep to receive this kick for White County. The Warriorettes in action tomorrow against Farragut. Coach Donjan's team scored 93 points a day ago. They didn't play any defense in that game, but they scored 93 points a day ago.
It's overrated.
The kickoff is away. It's a pooch kick, fielded cleanly, and now looking for the return. Weaving upfield, spinning off of one tackler and being driven down. Tucker Pinion, the next Pinion in line on the return to the 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Tripp and Company. Bradley Crawford, the sophomore, makes the tackle on the return. 1st and 10 Sparta from the 41.
And we've hit on it a couple times. Everyone doing a good job balling up Tripp if you're making everybody else is having a good night on the edges, feasting a little bit.
Touchdown for Clay County. They cut it to 14-7. Waylon Cherry receives it from Nate Adams. And after going down 14-0 a minute in, Clay County's back in the football game. Pinion calls for and has the snap. He's going to keep it himself around the right side. Gets hit in the backfield and taken down. Brody Fry shoots through. And it doesn't matter about the injury. Tripp Pinion didn't have a chance there, hitting the backfield immediately.
Yeah, 100% or 0% right there. He wasn't getting anywhere. He didn't get blocked. Again, that's aggressiveness of that Macon County front. They're getting in the hip pockets of those pullers and getting upfield. You look to see Sparta to try to take advantage of a little bit of that aggressiveness.
Have not seen Sparta try to air it out so far tonight. They did it a lot early in the year. Haven't gone to do it yet, but it's 2nd and 14 now. 12 on the play clock as they break the huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Tripp Pinion. Motions a man across, and there's some early movement. Are you kidding me? Play goes on, and now Demarius Dowell on the sweep gets to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10. What planet am I on right now, Jeremy, where that's not a false start?
I had a guy yell at me one time at a gym that says that's a travel in every gym in America except apparently this one. So I may use that line that is a false start in every football field in America except for on that play apparently.
3rd and 10 here for Sparta as they get those negative yards back. And here comes the cowbells and air horns and yelling and instruments on the other side of the stadium. Motion man across for Pinion. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch. Now hands it up the middle to Kelso, and nothing doing there. Maybe got 2, and Sparta is going to be forced to punt this one back to the Tigers offense.
Have to punt this one here at midfield. You can't give that Macon offense the ball here on plus territory. You just got to punt it and hope your defense can hold on.
And Macon County, the question will be, are they going to send the Hounds or try to return it? Braylon Flowers will go back deep to receive the punt, and Demarius Dowell will drop back to punt it. Right now, Macon County withstood a little push from Sparta. They've got the momentum, about to get the ball to try and go up 2 scores. White County will receive the second half kickoff. Low snap. Here they come. Dowell gets it away, and what a punt! Sky high. Flowers ranges over and lets it bounce, and it will check up at the 18. That's as good of a punt as you're going to see. Demarius Dowell under some fire uncorks it It'll be 1st and 10 Macon with their worst field position so far back on their own 18-yard line.
And so Macon's in an interesting spot right here. Obviously, they're going to want to go down and get points, but if you can't get points, can you get a couple first downs, get close to midfield, and then pin White County deep where they don't have a chance to go the length of the field? Not a lot of time left here in the first half.
1st and 10 from the 18 for the Tigers with 4:46 to go in the opening half. We welcome you in tonight. We're glad to be along with you on a brisk night in the Upper Cumberland. Glad we're not in Salina like Jacob and Coach Shanks, but thankful that they are. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Zach Borders, looking for the edge. He cuts up and gets put down. Gain of a yard on the play. Isaiah Kelso gets in again to make the tackle to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
And, you know, again, for the exception of a couple plays, White County's done a really good job of bottling up any explosives and letting guys get loose. They've done a really, really good job containing this explosive offense.
1,600 devices watching on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button for us if you can. Yeah, our heater went out. We'll have to fix it at halftime. I had to turn it off because the flame went out. 2 to the right for Gammon. He'll motion Brennan Flowers across the line. He has the shotgun snap, dropping back to pass. Fires down the middle of the field. Dangerous pass and a bone-jarring hit. Leveled in from White County's Gage Stevenson as Braylon Flowers had it bobbled and then paid the price. Stevenson, who just completely took over that game at Stone Memorial a few weeks ago, or earlier on in the season for White County. 4 sacks, an interception, a whole host of other stats in the game. Makes a big hit there for the pass breakup.
Macon got lucky on a couple counts there. That was almost a pick, and then he got laid out, and that ball popped up in the air. Lucky for it just to be 3rd and 9, and it's not White County ball at the +20.
Back under center goes Luke Gammon. They scored the first time they did this on a 4th and 9. This is a 3rd and 9. Low snap, bobbled. Gammon has it. Dropping back, pressured and sacked. Coming through untouched out of that defensive line spot. Lex Winfrey makes the tackle, and it's a domino sack for the Warriors, and they force the 3 and out. They'll have a chance to tie going into halftime.
It's a huge stop. It's a huge stop to not let a lot of time run off the clock. White County has 2 timeouts left. They should get the ball around midfield here.
Something to pay attention to, guys. Trip Pinion just walked over to Coach Beatty and said, "Coach, I'm good. Trust me."
We wondered if he may make an appearance on the defensive side of the ball as Fry gets a good kick away. Now angling backwards to make the catch is Purvis. Purvis breaks 1 tackle and now spins into a host of Tigers. They'll push him back. He'll be down at the 43-yard line. The ball came out. If they don't roll this forward progress, we got a gigantic issue. And they will. It'll be 1st and 10 Warriors.
Yeah, I think for some reason, I don't know why they're late on their whistle tonight, but they need to be a little quicker on their whistle to let these kids stop.
They're not playing football where they're from the way we are up here. They let that go, and bad things are going to happen because people are going to come in and level some big hits when plays are done. They need to stop it immediately. From the 43-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Both ways. It's gone both ways. It's been way too long a plays. Dowell out to the wide side.
That's a penalty.
That should have been. Snap taken. They're going to pitch it in front to Darvon Richmond. Richmond stutter steps, and now he's wiggling through. Richmond, he's got a lot of juice tonight, and we've got a late flag in. We'll wait and see what this is. It was close to a 1st down, but I think it's going to go against Sparta.
On the forward progress, real quick, Noah, to their defense, you are taught as an official to be slow on your whistle just in case something crazy happens, okay? But I feel like they're just a little too much.
That is a hold against White County, and it occurred past the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot and make it 1st and long as they go back to the 48-yard line. We're going to be 1st and, we'll say, 15 here. You're better at math than I am, Justin. It's that banking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch some high school basketball tomorrow, Jacob and myself. We'll be at Morristown East.
You can also watch Ohio State, root for them to kick the crap out of Indiana.
We'll be watching that at Morristown with Jacob and cheering very hard for him to have a bad day watching football. Snap taken. Play fake. Pinion keeps it himself up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and Trip Pinion gets the penalty yardage erased. It'll be 2nd and 10.
QB counter again out the backside, just trying to get Pinion going. Like you said, he told Coach he was ready to go.
Killian Jetton makes the tackle, and I'm watching him. I don't see a noticeable limp for him right now. Macon County's doing a great job of bottling him up. They haven't really leaned on him yet carrying the football. We'll see if that changes as this game gets late and the season's on the line.
Coach, after this next play, you've seen Tripp play as much as any of us. I want you to tell us how you think he looks out there.
Trips to the left, one to the right. We'll wait and see on 2nd and 10. Big play. Motion man across, high snap. They'll pitch it in front. Trying to get forward, and now being blocked up by his own man was Demarius Dowell. And Phillip got caught up there in the land of the trees. Matthew Wheely, he's been all over the field so far, makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and long, and Kyle Shoulders going to call his timeout here. Maybe, never mind. There's a flag.
There's
on
a flag. It was a late flag.
We'll wait and see.
And Tripp, I thought that time got a little bit of a burst right there going through the line. It's just Macon County is tackling him low and going for his legs. Nothing you can do about that.
Personal foul, face mask against the Tigers, and that's going to lead to a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for White County with 1:49 to go in the half.
And real quick, one significant thing is you don't have Isaiah Kelso out there on the field right now ever since the fumble.
And he got dinged up a little bit. He did play on defense, but you're right, Coach. Hasn't been back there on offense. And now it'll go to the 30. Tripp Pinion wants to play.
Tripp's wanting a timeout. They don't have the proper alignment out here.
They're not going to do that so far. Coach Beatty's not going to call it. 4 receivers set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. This is usually where you see Tripp Pinion run it. But we'll see if he does here. Sends Richmond to the other side. Snap, take it. He's going to throw it to him on the screen. Going back to get it is Dowell. Dowell cuts upfield to the 25, carrying defenders forward. Will be ripped down at about the 21. Nice play there. They've run it effectively a couple of times. Gabe Borders on the tackle, but not before a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2, and the clock stops as he got out of bounds.
Well, and the last time they ran that empty quads tunnel with that jet coming back, they hit the jet sweep going the other way for the touchdown on 4th and 5. I'd have my antennas up for that one if I'm Macon. They're lining up for it.
Trips left, 1 to the right. Tripp Pinion all alone in the backfield on 2nd and 2. Dowell goes in motion again. Snap, take it. Play fake. Pinion keeps it himself, and Macon County not fooled at all. They'll bring him down. And Tripp Pinion a little bit slow to get up here, guys. And now for the first time, you see it. He's got that hitch in his gait just a little bit.
3rd down for the Warriors at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and, that's every time White County's running the ball tonight with him, everybody in this stadium is going to be holding their breath seeing how he gets up.
2 to the right, 2 to the left for Tripp Pinion. 2nd and 4. Snap taken. Pinion drops back. They're bringing pressure. Fires into the flat. What a pass. Purvis makes the catch. The ball is loose. It's on the ground. And Gabe Borders has it. And now he's still on his feet in a foot race. Borders caught from behind. Another fumble. No
they
way.
Called him down.
Maybe they called Gabe Borders down after he picked up that fumble. We'll wait and see. No signal yet. Let's wait. There's no chance he was down. The ball popped out.
The White Hat switch inside.
And it is a first down for Macon County, the second fumble of the half by Sparta. That one, no controversy about it. And with 52 seconds to go, the Tigers get it back.
I agree with you, no question. But the mechanic of the head linesman was really weird on that play. I actually thought he was, by his mechanic, I thought he was keeping the ball for White County.
And now we'll see if Macon County can get a big strike and take all the momentum into the break. Gammon takes the snap, going to give up the middle. Borders gets loose, and there he goes. Stutter step. Zach Borders gets a big gain, and now you'll see some tempo. It's a first down for the Tigers as they go past the 30.
And they've got their time. Well, they've got 2 timeouts. They probably just took one.
And we have a sideline warning coming here against White County. So the first one will be no yardage. The next one will be 15.
And what stinks for White County there is the clock. They stopped the clock and let Macon County set back up for their next play with that sideline warning.
19-7 at half. York in front of Bledsoe County. Snap taken here. Gabe Borders at quarterback. Play fakes. Looking for the edge. He cuts it up, and now it's a foot race. Gabe Borders 40, 30. 1 man to beat. Still on his feet and out of bounds at the 15. Just like that, the field flips, and Macon County's down to the 15.
And that's a backbreaker there for that White County defense. They've done a really good job for the most part tonight outside of that first drive, limiting the explosives in the run game. And here, as the first half's coming in, he spits one out.
The second explosive run for Gabe Borders. He's way over 100 yards in the half now. And with 31.6 on the clock, still 2 timeouts for Macon County. They're in field goal range, but they're thinking about a lot more than 3. They want 7. Gabe going to stay at quarterback. Has the snap. Going to keep it himself again. And now he busted up the middle, and Gabe Borders to the checkerboards. Touchdown, Macon County. How quickly the game can change. They're out in front. It's 20-7.
And they getting that running sideline to sideline, and when he found the crease, he put his foot in the ground, got north and south, and he went from the 15 untouched. That's a quick strike offense there from Macon.
Let me tell you, on that play, we had a hold right there on the end, and Borders runs completely off of that hold behind it. They have got to call that flag there.
Gammon on for the extra point. Snap, set, kick. Good. Gabe Borders, 2 explosive runs. The fumble comes back to bite White County. They were nearing the red zone, and instead Macon County's in the end zone. 35 seconds later, 21-7, and it's gut check time for Sparta. Macon County starting to roll downhill.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I think we talked about this last week, pregame and after game. When you're a coach, you tend to do this. You go back and you pick out 5 or 6 plays. If they just go different, the outcome of this ball game is different. If you're White County, you're looking at that series of events right there with the fumble and the 2 explosives. If any of those plays go a little different, the outcome of this game may be different. That being said, 21-7, that's probably what the score is going to be going into halftime. And you get the ball coming back out, so you're not in a point where you're having to throw it around. You can still come out and run the offense you've been running if you feel good about it.
And, guys, this White County defense has been on the field a long time here in the first half.
So now we'll see what Sparta elects to do. They're looking for a big return. Macon County trying to make sure this stays at 21-7 into the halftime locker room. With 25 seconds to go, here's your pooch kick. It's going to be fielded by Tucker Pinion again, and Pinion's looking to reverse field. Tucker Pinion trying to get to the edge at the 35 and will be pushed down at the 37. 17 seconds on the clock, and we'll see what they elect to go with as Coach Sloan, the play caller, tries to draw something up.
Yeah, about 8 seconds ran out of the clock on that kick return. I'll take a couple of shots here if I can, or try to see if you can get trip loose on something.
At the 38-yard line.
2 critical turnovers have led to 14 Macon County points. That's your difference in the game. Macon County has a turnover, and then they bowed up and got a stop, forced a missed field goal. Trips to the left, one to the right for Trip Pinion all along in the backfield. Will they take a shot?
They're way outnumbered to the field again.
Snap taken. They're going to pitch it ahead to Demarius Dowell. Dowell tries to stretch it to the edge, and he will, and now he'll be drugged down. Still waiting on a signal. They'll say he's out of bounds with 9.1 seconds to go in the half.
And that's something I'm not to keep harping on these officials. They're just a little slow with their signals and the whistle and things. Just a little different than we're used to around here.
Well, and you know me, I stand up for my guys in the stripes, and I've seen some of these guys referee. They do a decent job to not something's off. And I've got probably 6 of my referee buddies that have texted me questions, so we're not the only ones that feel this.
We could have the Q&A session at halftime, boys, if you wanted to.
We're hopefully going to have Kyle Shoulders at halftime here.
Hopefully we can get him.
Get him in time. Trips to the right, one to the left. And a timeout going to be called as that play clock was down to 0, but they had 2 in their back pocket, not enough time to take 2 more timeouts. It's 2nd and 5, but the only thing that matters is they're on the 43-yard line, 21-7 ball game. White County trails. They will get the ball to open the second half, and will have to have it on that drive. Macon County hitting the explosive plays in the run game with Gabe Borders at quarterback.
I think that's what's a little different or a little interesting about Macon County. They hit a ton of explosives, but in today's day and age in football, it's not how you remember it or what you think of the spread and getting the ball to people in space. It's running the ball from under center and kind of hunting up some big plays that way.
Very much appreciate the gentleman who just brought us hot chocolate.
Nathan Aaron, I will never talk trash about him again. He's a good dude for bringing me hot chocolate.
We appreciate the sponsors for making it possible for us to be here. I spent $250 on heaters today for our crews to hopefully help them stay a little bit warm out there.
And keep the equipment warm. You know,
Yes.
we're in open air out here. This stuff doesn't work well when it gets cold.
It certainly does not. We've nearly caught everything on fire with this heater, but I got it back on and working. Trips to the right, one to the left on 2nd down and 6 with 9 seconds to go. Pinion has the shotgun snap, dropping back to pass for the first time tonight. Steps up, fires back door, looking for the wheel route, jump ball, and it falls harmlessly to the grass with 1 second left. Enough time for one final play here for Sparta. Great defense there by Braylon Flowers, just batted it down, trying to get into halftime.
Yeah, and that's all you're trying to do here if you're making. No need to play tight coverage on anybody. Stay back. Now, the only negative is here, if you play real far back and Tripp breaks it, he's got a lot of green grass in front of him. We've seen him do some crazy things, but it's probably the lesser of two evils. You have a better chance of getting him down than getting up one over your head.
Pearl Cone's about to lose. They're down 21-0 to Marshall County. The defending champs, we're going to have a new champ in Class 4A. Will it be one of these two teams? We have to wait and see. Pinion takes a snap. Here comes pressure from Macon County. Pinion dances away. Fires down the middle of the field. Receiver makes the catch. So it'll go down as a reception for Gage Stevenson. But that brings us to the end of the first half. The Macon County Tigers here on the road, out in front 21-7. We'll wait and see if Coach Dodgen can run down Coach Shoulders, but he is on the move. Coach Shoulders is down there.
We'll get him after halftime's over with.
We will get him after halftime is over with, so we will hear a word from our sponsors and come back with the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break here in Sparta, it is 21-7 Tigers. Don't go anywhere.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
JB&M Trucking has recently partnered with TS Transportation out of Sparta. They're here to handle your local, regional, and OTR flatbed needs. JB&M Trucking also offers hotshot capacity. Call 931-265-5521 for more information. If you're a driver looking for a change of scenery, they have opportunities available for you. Remember, for all your transportation needs, contact Jordan Bailey with JB&M Trucking at 931-265-5521. JB&M Trucking is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Sparta team consists of dedicated real estate professionals passionate about helping individuals and families achieve their real estate goals in their home of Sparta. Rico Sparta are your trusted hometown realtors. Focused on people over profits, Rico Sparta can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-837-8371 or visit them online at letsgorico.com. Rico Sparta is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Eminette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present this 5-property online-only absolute auction in Albany, Kentucky. Featuring homes, mobile homes, and lots, you can bid on this multi-property sale at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding in this online-only auction ends on Tuesday, November 26th at 10 a.m. Eminette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank and Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break here in Sparta, it's Macon County with a 21-7 lead, and a lot of talk about in that first half. I love the community we have up here. PD is watching online and keeping stats for us, so we have stats from that first half coming up. But first, we may get through it tonight because there's only a set amount of games going on. It's time for the Quality Family Scoreboard. Jeremy Tollison.
We get any UNACA scores tonight?
We're not going to be able to get any. UNACA, no Chucky Doak, none of that tonight. One final, Alcoa 52-7 over Gatlinburg-Pittman. Anderson County has taken the lead with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 21-14 over Greenville.
Don't love that.
43 seconds to go, Cofield over Oliver Springs.
Say that one for me one more time.
Cofield.
Is it at Cofield?
Cofield?
I will tell you, I don't know.
That
but
is a holler.
I'm telling you, it is the coldest place I've ever
What was
refereed.
the score of that game one more time?
19-14 Cofield.
The winner of that game gets the winner of Clay County South Pittsburgh next week.
Murrayville, 35-17 over Bearden.
Or Maryville, as Ian says it.
Maryville.
Goober.
7-3 West over Sevier County. 10 minutes to go in the fourth. Halftime, York 19-7 over Bledsoe.
And by the way, real quick, we can talk about it in the end zone show. Something you and I were talking about. If York wins this game tonight, third straight semifinal appearance, they kind of take the mantle as the top dogs in our area. That is tough to do. They haven't gotten over the hump yet to get to Chattanooga, but that consistency that Coach Wright has built, very impressive.
Yeah, it's we get called a lot of things, but we talk about Upperman a lot because of what they've been, and we said it today, like, they win this game, they're probably the premier for this stretch. It's hard to argue it.
The game is live, by the way, on the Tennessee Talk Facebook page. They've all been shared to our main page, so if you're looking for a game, Facebook's been doing all sorts of glitching. Where this game obviously on YouTube tonight, but they've got the Clay County South Pitt game and that York Bledsoe County game. Just go to our main page and you'll find it.
As you mentioned, South Pitt 21-7 over Clay at the half. Oak Ridge 23-0 over East Hamilton. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. South Pitt, Clay.
Yeah, South Pitt and Clay. That game is 14-0 a minute and 9 seconds into the game, and Clay County now has been able to keep it a game. And so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Clay County not dead yet. Good for them to battle back because that's usually where South Pitt just
and they roll
you out. Yep. And you're out of there. It's 56-0.
Sequatchie County up on Meigs at the half, 28-14. Marshall County 21-0 over Pearl Cone at the half.
We're going to have a new champ.
McKenzie, man, I haven't seen they're loaded again.
Tate Serber is the real deal. He's probably going to win Mr. Football in Class 1A.
42-7 halftime over Richland. Huntington Milan 12-7. Huntington over Milan. Page up 14-0 over Shelbyville at the half. I'll tell you another great team, Ravenwood. Holy cow.
Could win 6A.
31-0 halftime over Stewart's Creek.
Dream season for Stewart's Creek, relatively young school. It is over at the Raptors.
East Nashville 21-0 over White House Heritage at the half. Kind of a surprise here for me. Springfield up 27-7 over Beach.
Springfield has gotten hot. They're that one team every year that there's a different team every year that gets hot with maybe not the best record in the world or maybe not the best teams faced in the world. Springfield's hot. They went and beat good team last week, and now Beach. A lot of people thought they were going to battle Page in the state championship game.
Speaking of Mr. Football, Westview is up 14-7 over Covington.
Yeah, the freshman there, the Simpson kid.
Oh, his statistics are like Madden rookie level.
3,200 yards, 53 touchdowns, 0 picks.
And his dad, the coach at UT Martin?
His dad's a head coach at UT Martin, Jason Simpson. His brother is a bench warmer in Alabama, Ty. He spurned Tennessee. And
once you go to Alabama, the gloves are off.
Hey, for real. And, I had some negative things to say about the Vols in recruiting, but I will tell you this, the Westview offense will be very quarterback-friendly and look for him to be a big-time player here in the next 3 years.
The next 3 games are covered by local officials in the Cookeville and Murfreesboro area. Just for the record,
God bless them.
They got 3 games. And remember, we talked about traveling outside of the area.
That was a joke, by the way. Just
Bobby Rollins is not one of them, so that's a big plus.
That is a huge
plus. Big
yes.
plus right there. But, ironically, all 3 games in the Memphis area.
Oh, what a drive.
You got
good luck. Have a different emphasis. Good luck, boys. Get home safe.
Halftime, 24-0 Houston over Collierville. That is the crew that's working the state championship.
That's a heck of a game.
Then you got MASE 22-0 over Union City.
Here we go, quiz. What does MACE stand for?
I have no idea.
Memphis
Academy
of Science and English.
The English one is usually what gets people. The E at the end gets people.
I was going to say entertainment.
And then what I thought was probably the best draw for us and this local officiating crew is, and Bobby Garrison's the referee there tonight, but Melrose 14-7 over Dyer County at the half.
Those are the 2 teams who get to lose to Marshall County next week. Those are the only 2 teams left that have no chance of winning a state championship.
And you usually cut me off, but I want to talk about a couple of private schools. A couple of private school scores. Baylor up on Brentwood Academy 28-7, and that was a 7-6 game in the regular season. Briggs Cherry, obviously
George McIntyre
from this area. George McIntyre going to Tennessee, but 28-7. And I know, Noah, this is going to hurt your feelings, but it looks like 12-0 Boyd Buchanan is losing tonight, 20-0 at the half. So Gary Rankin's season is going to end tonight to CPA.
Aww.
That hurts your feelings,
man.
doesn't it?
What's it look like when everybody else can recruit against you? You know what I'm saying?
It looks like.
Have they been to the state championship since he's been at Boyd? I don't think
lost
so.
No, they've not. And listen, they're 12-0, but their schedule, there's 2 or 3 good teams they've not played, and then when they play a good team, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Ingle Martin is a really good football coach.
Man, he is, as nice as I can say it, is his sideline is tough to work for as well. Was that very nice?
Yeah, it's probably as nice
tough,
as you can put.
almost like dodging sideline in basketball. Just a really tough sideline to work for.
If you gave me every call, I'd never say a word.
That's fair. BGA Franklin Academy tied at 7 at the half. Kind of a little bit of an upset so far. McCauley up 7-0 over Innsworth at the half. I figured that Baylor and Innsworth undefeated would clash.
McCauley's really
good.
But
McCauley and Baylor, again, a repeat of last year's state championship game. And the halftime score last one, Nashville Christian 21-7 over Jackson Christian at the half.
This heater may be the best investment I've ever made on a frigid night out in the Upper Cumberland. A 21-7 game. We do have halftime stats on this contest. Thanks to Petey, who's watching at home and feeling it. And as we go through those halftime stats, first off for both teams, 7 first downs apiece. 6 of them came rushing for Macon County. 4 of them came rushing for Sparta. Here's the difference in the game. Net yards rushing, 152 yards rushing for Macon County to 89 for Sparta. Gabe Borders, 6 carries, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Zach Borders, 6 for 36. Luke Gammon has 5 for 4 yards, so they've done a nice job of bottling up the quarterback run game tonight. Isaiah Kels on the other side, 6 carries for 40 yards. Darvon Richmond, 4 for 41 and a touchdown. Demarius Dowell, 4 carries for 11 yards. And Trip Pinion, 8 carries for 3 yards. That tells you the story of the game so far, Justin.
Yeah, and, we talk about the Richmond run around the end. for White County. The success they've had has been getting on the edges of this defense. I just don't know how often they can go back to that tonight. It's been tough sledding running between the tackles for the Warriors.
Turnovers also a critical factor in this game. 2 big fumbles. There was an interception for Sparta, then 2 fumbles by White County offensively. Macon County turned that into 14 points. You look at the scoreboard, those 14 points, the difference in the ball game.
And the interception was an unbelievable play for Sparta on the Macon County sideline at a time where Macon was already up 7-0, and they were about to – looks like they were about to go they got a short field off one of those questionable calls, right? You know, when they were pushing the pile and it just went forever and somebody rips the ball out. So big stance there to get the ball back and get it to tie a game. And then the other 2 plays have just really come back to bite White County in the tail so far.
Yeah, they have. And, you know, to me the thing, and Noah mentioned a second ago, that sticks out is just Tripp. You know, how much of that is potentially Tripp not being 100%? How much is that the Macon County game plan?
A little of both, you know.
A little bit of both, absolutely. You know, Sparta's probably going to have to pass the ball a little bit more downfield, no more of the tunnel or the bubbles. You know, just try to hit the seams, go down the field just a little bit more to open that up. Because right now, I don't think Macon County's afraid of anything that White County's doing.
Well, I thought here in the first half that Macon came out and their game plan was somebody besides Tripp's going to beat us. And 3 carries for 8 yards, and we said it, probably still a little nicked up, not feeling great, maybe tweaked the ankle here in the first half. But the other guys from Sparta, they've made a couple plays, but I just don't think they're enough to do it. Tripp's going to have a Herculean second half here to pull White County back in this one.
Score update. Sorry about that. Score update. Anderson County has scored again. So it's 28-14. Anderson County, 2 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the game.
Now, in the matchup here with Anderson County, they're coming to the Upper Cumberland next week. Right now, if it holds chalk, they're going to be going to Lafayette. But their offense, they are spread. They are a pro style, or at least a modern college-looking offense where they're run and gun. They're all over the place. You're going to get your gun run out of it, but they want to throw the ball.
And they're really good at it as well, and that's where the matchup will be very interesting to watch. We'll talk about it later on tonight in the Friday Night End Zone show. We'll preview or recap all 3 of these quarterfinal round matchups across the Upper Cumberland, and we'll get our first look at the semifinal round. We're guaranteed to have 1. Looks like we have a good chance of having 2 if York's able to hang on against Bledsoe County.
And, you know, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but for these 4A teams, there's that giant in East Tennessee looking to move up next year. So you're thinking, like, hey, man, we better get one while we can. And it stinks for the teams who are out and maybe left a little early. But here's a chance for a Macon or a Anderson County to make it to Chattanooga, where that road's going to be a lot different going forward.
Absolutely. And as we, again, thank all of our presenting sponsors, I'm going to take an opportunity to tell you guys, talk about one of the great companies in the Upper Cumberland, really get back to the community, and that is Henry Brothers Roofing. 931-854-1027. Henry Brothers Roofing, of course, licensed and insured across the state, and you don't pay till the job is complete. It's getting cold outside. You want that roof to be taken care of. We saw the hurricanes blow through. We see all sorts of weather. You don't want to realize you have a problem with your roof when a tornado comes, or when the bad wind comes, or when we have a hailstorm. You need to get that out in front of it right now. So we've had some pretty good weather right now. It's a great opportunity to call our friends at Henry Brothers Roofing. 931-854-1027. That's 931-854-1027 for more information. And you're going to thank me that you did, because it's going to be local people that treat you right.
And shout out, no free shout out for those guys. They also own the Dipsy Doodle. So if you're in that area, go by and get one of those big burgers. They're delicious.
No, I've got Coach Shoulders right here real
Absolutely.
quick. Coach Shoulders.
Coach Shoulders.
First half, great first half for not only on your offensive side of the football, but on the defensive side of the football. 2 turnovers lead to 2 touchdowns for your team right there. Talk about that right now.
Yeah, you know, we turned the football over a little ourselves, you know, so we're going to have to clean that up. But our defense has played phenomenal. We've even put them, you know, in an abnormal situation a little bit, and we've got those things adjusted. So anxious to see what happens this second half. We've got a lot of football to play, but right now, you know, our guys are just giving us great effort, and you can't ask much more than that.
Thank you for your time, Coach. Good luck.
It's Coach Dodgen with Coach Kyle Shoulders, Coach Michael Dodgen. The coach on coach interview right there.
Halftime interview there, coming in a big game on that.
Absolutely.
I
appreciate Coach Shoulder. Both coaches for giving us access. All the administration for letting us come here tonight as we gear up for the second half. First drive, pivotal drive for White County. They get the ball. They got to find a way to score because Macon County's starting to roll downhill.
Here's the thing. They've got to go score, but for White County, it'd be beneficial for them to chew up some of this clock because that defense have been on the field a ton, and they were sucking wind here in that first half. And you could see it on those explosive plays that Gabe was able to hit. They were just – you could tell their legs were a little heavy. I know they just came out of halftime, but give them a chance to catch their wind a little more and take some time off this clock.
What can Trip Pinion do on offense? And if he can't do it, can somebody else step up? Or is this the time where Macon County stands on top of Class 4A and gets to host a semifinal round game against Anderson County or Greenville? We're going to find out in the next two quarters. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Coach Dodgen, and Madison McKay on camera. We're happy to be with you here this evening from Warrior Stadium on a very frigid night, but a perfect night for high school football. One of 3 games live right now across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. We'll remind you, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. We have 2 beautiful cars, and 1 car and a truck from Watson Chevy. Madison McKay really enjoys her new Chevy Trax. It's getting a lot of miles on it because of the job that we have.
Trax? What is that? Is that like a smaller SUV?
It's a little bit of a crossover. It's got enough room to store stuff in the back, but not too big where you feel like a truck on the road, and she just gave the heart signal. She loves her brand new Chevy Trax. Working right to left, or left to right rather, the kick coming from Macon County to Sparta, who's desperate for some points here. And we thank our presenting sponsors tonight for making it possible for us to be here. We'll hear more from them throughout the half. Gammon on to kick it away, and an onside kick / squib kick up the middle. It's going to be fielded, and wisely just falling on it there at about the 36-yard line is White County. Trip Pinion. Now over 10 yards rushing in the first half. Can he get loose here in half number 2?
It's do or die right now for the White County offense. Like I said, they need to chew some clock, but this defense catch their breath again. But can you get Tripp going? 3 runs for 8 yards. He had some positive plays and then some plays where they ran for negative yards. So try to find ways to get him loose.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Pinion. He's got Isaiah Kelso back in the game and in the backfield with him. And Macon County rocking on the sideline. Snap taken. Pinion's going to keep it himself. Cuts up field, and now there goes Trip Pinion, matching his first half run total. He's got 8. That'll bring up 2nd and 2. Braden Hass makes the tackle. We had the interception last week that really iced the game away.
And simple quarterback power out there. You just kind of give a little fake there to Kelso, hitting it downhill. But, again, get Tripp going, and then everything else opens up when Tripp's doing his thing.
2 receivers each way for Pinion on 2nd and 2. Pivotal drive. Gage Stevenson goes in motion across the line. Pinion with the snap, dropping back. Looks right now. He's forced out of the pocket, and he's got to throw it, looking to throw it away. And he's got enough arm strength to beat a racing Zach Borders. That'll bring up a 3rd and 2, but that's a good play by the senior who's trying to keep on playing football. Whenever their season's done, though, see a lot of these Warriors on the basketball floor.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. When he went to throw that ball away, I was like, we're about to get an intentional grounding. First time I've really seen him throw back and rip one like that. Even though it's just an incomplete pass, he has a lot of arm strength for that one to make it to the line of scrimmage and actually almost be a complete pass.
Here it is, 3rd down and 2 for White County. Macon trying to force a stop. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Pinion has the snap, going to keep it himself. Cuts up field. Pinion jukes upfield a couple of times. Trip Pinion getting loose on a gain of 15. And really the first time in a month we've seen him do that, guys. And I'll tell you, his hammy may be pulled. He may have a twisted ankle as we have a Tiger slow to get up. But it's closing time. And Trip Pinion, Hunter Griggs is the injured Tiger. We hope that he is okay. Trip Pinion, 20 years from now, the first word that will come up when people talk about him was competitor, and this is the biggest moment of his high school career right now, and hammy or not, he's going to go out and find a way to make something happen.
I mean, he didn't look like that at all in the first half, and I think that's something when you get into the halftime of could be your last game, you got to leave it all on the field. Coach Dodgen down there, he looked pretty nice on these first 2 or 3 plays here to start the second half.
You got to think, too, you've been in a warm locker room for about 25 minutes. You've had a lot of time to get it work. Mr. Miyagi, Brent Ryan down there doing some work on him.
He's done plenty of work on me, so I know some of those ways from
old
Brent.
And it's separate from football. Congratulations to Brent Ryan for winning the AF Bridges Award for this area for Contributor of the Year this year.
Absolutely. Congratulations to one of the best in the business.
Well deserved.
Brent Ryan. 2 receivers each way here on 1st and 10 for Sparta. Thankfully, the injured Tiger went off the field in his own power. Pinion with the snap. Stretches it. Now he's going to give to Kelso looking for the edge. Kelso to the 40. Now lowers the shoulder. Physical run for Isaiah Kelso on a gain of 8. It's 2nd and 2, and you see the respect you have to pay to Trip Pinion, and it allows some room for others as Hunter Jones makes the tackle. Kelso's helmet came off, so, Jeremy, that means he has to come off for a play, correct?
He does. One play can go right back in.
Well, Kelso on that run there, he didn't look as explosive as he did in the first half. I know he kind of got nicked up himself, but again, that's all based off Trip doing what he can do. You've got to respect him. Let somebody else beat you.
2nd and 2, 2 receivers each way again for Pinion. Cole Sims in the backfield with him. Snap taken. They stretch it the other way. Pinion up the middle, this time completely bottled up. No chance to make anybody miss. And it'll be 3rd and 2, and for the rest of the night in situations like this, it is 4-down territory for Sparta.
Absolutely, and here's a play where maybe you can get Kelso back in there. He's a big physical kid. Get him running behind his pads, maybe pick something up. It's also never going to be a bad call to leave the ball in Tripp's hands.
Hunter Griggs back in, and he makes the tackle there. We appreciate JB&M Trucking for presenting tonight's game. Jordan Bailey, call him 931-265-5521 for more information. Also providing hot shot services. We very much appreciate them for 2 straight weeks being a presenting sponsor. Motion man across. Pinion takes the high snap, pitches it in front to Darvon Richmond. He scored on this play in the first half. Not going to score on this one, but he will get the first down. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down for White County.
And you said it. They scored on that on the maybe their second drive of the game, and he was able to tiptoe down the sideline. The run on that play, Macon has not adjusted to it all night. They are outnumbered, outflanked all the way out there to that Trips unbalanced, having him come across. If they can ever get all the way out there, it's got room.
And now Coach Beatty is livid because he had to burn a timeout, and that could be huge. They did not have the right personnel on the field, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10, but a huge timeout has to be burned there. Yes, Jeremy.
Update from Anderson County. Whoever wins this game will be hosting the Anderson County football team next Friday night.
The Mavericks, who won the state championship 2 years ago, will make a trip to the Upper Cumberland, where I'm sure it'll be a very friendly confines wherever they are.
Jeremy, talk to us about that one right there. So White County didn't huddle up. They subbed in a player, and they've got one player running off late. No flag on the play, but Coach Beatty took a timeout to avoid one. At what point do you get 12 men on the field? Because they never got into a huddle.
So at the end, when a new player comes from the sideline and goes into the formation or into the huddle, you have 3 seconds for the sub to run off the field or start his motion to go off the field.
Okay.
And then obviously he just needs to get off the field before the ball snapped.
Right.
Trips to the left, one to the right for Trip Pinion. We have 9:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Pinion takes the snap, gives to Kelso up the middle, and Kelso bounces off a tackler, and he rumbles forward past the line to gain, and then some. Isaiah Kelso does what very few power backs have done to Macon County the past 2 months, and that's rumble for a gain of 16. Another Gary Maxwell Insurance first down. Brody Fry makes the tackle. The Warriors into the Cheek Insurance red zone, and they're going quickly here, trying to strike.
They've got something they like with this little insert fullback right here. They're getting an extra hat.
Snap taken. Handoff goes to Kelso again up the middle. Isaiah Kelso to the 5 and down at the 1. Another power run for Kelso. Another Gary Maxwell first down, and another hurry-up offense here for Sparta. They're right back on the ball. You don't see this very often. They love what they see. They run it again with Kelso, and he is crunched. Macon County says not so fast. 2nd and goal upcoming here.
And here we go. They're running it's a receiver, but they're getting him in that fullback spot, and they're running power, but they're running it with a lead blocker now, not just one back power. Macon hadn't adjusted to it, and they went there and we used to call it ambush, where everybody's slanting gaps inside, backer scrape over the top. They didn't have enough to get it blocked up. That's when if it was a called keep, Tripp would have walked in, but that was a handoff all the way.
3 to the left, 1 to the right for Tripp Pinion. Isaiah Kelso's on his right hip. 2nd and goal from the 2. Pinion has the snap. Stretches, keeps it up the middle. Pinion is crunched. The red zone defense has been so good for Macon County. They get him down again, and all of a sudden it gets a little more intense on this side of the stadium as it's 3rd and goal from the 3.
Yeah, and, they've tried to hit inside runs right here, and Macon is selling out for it. If they're getting something going sideline to sideline, or maybe get the ball out of your hands quick on a bubble, they're outnumbered there, but running into the teeth of the defense isn't going right now for White County.
And White County, the clock starting to tick. 7.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Guaranteed under 20 minutes left in their season. Pinion will send a man in motion. Has the snap. Going to flip it in front. Getting to the edge and into the end zone. Demarius Dowell. Touchdown, White County. They do just what you said, Justin. They get to the edge, and it's a Wallace Insurance touchdown for Sparta.
Yeah, and you can just tell Macon was not going to let them run it inside to get that one. They get it on the edge, and they got a good crackback block. I suffered one of those on this field one night from J.J. Taylor, and I just actually met the dude. But good crackback block to seal the edge and a walk-in touchdown. That's a huge opening statement for Sparta to get this one back to being a competitive game.
Well, J.J. said his wife was listening to the broadcast, so please come get your husband so he doesn't hit Justin again.
Snap, set. This kick is very low, and it is no good. That could be huge. Extra point, no good, and it stays at an 8-point game at 21-13 with 7:17 to go in this 3rd quarter. Macon Bank and Trust is proud to be the sponsor of tonight's game, where we believe in the investment of youth and are excited to be part of this great event, supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system. As your community bank of choice, we're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. Exactly what Sparta needed, minus the extra point, Justin. Now Macon County's offense will look to see if they can regain that breathing room.
As an 11-play drive, that started out on the minus 36 and took almost 5 minutes off the clock, but they did what they needed most to get points, not just points, a touchdown. Miss extra point, that's going to loom large. You're going to have to wind up going for 2 at some point to get that one back to tie it up.
And now you got to think, guys, that's 4 points that have been left off the board right there by special teams from White County.
One thing I noticed on that drive is it seems like White County's offensive line said, hey, let's put this thing on our shoulders.
And Tripp as well.
Huge difference.
Yep.
And open that offensive line
Correct.
opening up for Tripp, and
Correct.
you see a little bit more oomph from Tripp, and the combination of both of those shows us that drive.
Where is Michael Lindsay? He needs this charger that's in my hand right now. I can't find him down there
He's
on
about
the
the
field.
10-yard line.
He needs to look at this phone as the kickoff is away here. Borders ranges over. He'll field this one cleanly. Now Stutter steps. Look out. Gabe Borders to the 40. He's dancing still on his feet. Borders reversing field to the 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. Gabe Borders did it again. He's down to the 8. He got loose. And Gabe Borders, do-si-dos on a gigantic kickoff return, and Macon County's back in business.
Here's the thing. It happened last week. I thought that was a good part of the Coach Kane's game plan. You're not kicking at those dudes. Cannot kick it to either one of those guys out there because they are liable to do that at any point in time.
They mark him back at the 14. You wondered if they could take momentum back. Yes, they can. Macon County back in business.
And that's a gut punch. That takes a complete wind out of your sails. Now your defense has their backs against the wall.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gammon, the quarterback, has the shotgun snap, gives to Borders, dances up the middle. Sparta ready for it that time, a gain of just 2. That'll bring up a 2nd down here for Macon. And if nothing else, you expect them to have a chance to score a touchdown, of course, but they are in field goal range for Eli Gammon.
Yeah, and like you said, a field goal right here makes it a 9-point game. 2-possession game.
2nd down and 9. And Gabe Borders back at quarterback. They've been lethal out of this set tonight. Borders has the snap, carries around right side, trying to stretch the edge. And Isaiah Kelso with a big shove gets him out of bounds. Demarius Dowell was also in the area. I think this goes down for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. It is a loss of a yard. 3rd and 10 now here for the Tigers.
Maybe one of the biggest defensive plays right now of the game, guys, right here.
Gabe Borders flipped the field with a kickoff return. Both Borders twins had bobbled kickoffs in the first half. They didn't bobble that one.
No, sir.
And it only takes one for 7 or 4 to go a long way. 2 receivers each way for Gammon. Motions a man across. Snap taken. Gammon pumps, now fires, receivers wide open, makes the catch, getting forward, touchdown Macon County. A little getting into his bag for Kyle Shoulders, and he finds Matthew Wheely in the middle of the field, and just like that, it's back to a 2-score game.
Here's what they did. I said before the snap. They had a lineman out here as a number 2 receiver standing as a player on the ball. The other 2 receivers on the backside were off the ball. They motioned over the tight end. That tackle eligible was an eligible receiver with a receiver number. Great play call.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Sparta came out of halftime, got what they needed with the score, but a big kickoff return, and then a very interesting play call by Kyle Shoulders gives Macon County a 2-score lead again.
And here's the thing for Coach Shoulders. He's gone in his bag a little bit. They've thrown the ball. I don't think they threw the ball at all in the game last week. But he's putting things on tape. If they win, that Anderson County is going to have to prepare for in a week. That's going to be a pain.
When booking your travel with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights, you're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Give her a call at 615-691-1271 to start planning a getaway to your next dream destination today. That's Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel. We also very much appreciate our friends at Henry Brothers Roofing for being one of the presenting sponsors of tonight's game. Call Henry Brothers Roofing at 931-854-1027. for your roofing needs. And remember, you don't pay till the job is done with Henry Brothers Roofing.
And that's deflating for the White County sideline here. They get it back to a 1-score game and give up a huge return down to 14 and score 3 plays later.
I talked to a coach maybe a month ago and said, why don't you just onside kick it every time?
Yeah.
You don't want to give Macon County a short field, but you really don't want to give them a tiny field, which is what happens when you kick it to Gabe and Zach Borders. Gammon on to kick this one away. This one, high arcing, going to be fielded at the 21 cleanly. Sparta looking for a returner, not going to find it. Matthew Wheely with a stiff shot. Able to stay on his feet is Antonio Purvis, but that will be it. 1st and 10, White County from the 30 with 6:07 to go in the third quarter, rather.
And now you're at a spot with White County. That first drive, you grinded out 5 minutes off the clock. Great, you got in the end zone. Now you've kind of got to go because you're going to have to go for 2 at some point here. Again, you can still run your offense, but maybe with a little more sense of urgency.
1st and 10 from the 30 for Trip Pinion and company. He got loose on that last drive a little bit, considering where he's been the past couple of weeks with that hamstring. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Pinion. Big Isaiah Kelso in the backfield. High snap, Kelso goes up the middle. Got another big hole to rumble through, and Kelso will push forward and be taken after another gain of 8. They're ripping off 8-yard runs out of this power set. Isaac McClard makes the tackle.
A couple score updates from local teams. Start of the fourth quarter, York still up 19-7. 5:33 to go in the third quarter. South Pittsburgh up 28-13 over Clay County.
Those teams traded scores to open up the second half. In Salina, snap taken. Another handoff to Kelso. Another hole for Kelso to rumble through, and he does for it. The Gary Maxwell Insurance first down to the 45. And Macon County, Sparta, not happy with what they perceive to be some late hits being thrown in there for some Tigers. The frustration mounting. Obviously, that continues when gets exacerbated when you're down by 15 points. Quickly back to the line. Sparta with a lot of tempo in the second half. Pinion, high snap. Give to Kelso again. This time hitting the backfield. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Nice job by Killian Jetton to make the stop. And Sparta playing for their lives now, down 2 scores. The tempo, you're going to see it a lot more.
Yeah, they got to go. They got to go.
Wherever it is next week, we will have broadcast coverage, Lafayette or here, as they take on Anderson County. Trips to the right, one to the left for Pinion. High snap, has it. Going to keep it himself around the right side. Pinion with a hole, bounces upfield, spins near the line to gain. He'll be short by a couple. A gain of 6, and it's 3rd and 2 for White County.
Quarterback counter out the front side that time. They've been running, I call it counter-op, where they hand it to the back going away from the pullers. This time Tripp keeps it 6 yards, get into 3rd and manageable.
Killian Jetton makes the tackle again. He's had a couple on his drive so far. 3rd and 2, 4-down territory the rest of the night for White County. Trips, now it'll be 2 receivers to the right as Stevenson comes up along the line. Snap taken, handoff to Cole Sims this time, and Sims with some fresh legs has the first down as the pileup arrives. They'll mark him down after a gain of 5. It's a Gary Maxwell first down. And part of the frustration for Sparta is the refs are taking 5 years to blow the whistle on these piles the entire night.
Yeah, and it started there on their first drive where they ripped it out, and it seems like it's just been allowed to continue for some reason.
Well, at least they're consistent.
And it's been
consistently bad.
Every time there's a pile up, it is not good.
It's tough as an offensive player to know, because you can't give yourself up because you're going to get hurt.
To the right, one to the left. Snap taken. Stretch. They give it to Sims. Sims cuts upfield with a hole to the 40. Cole Simpson at 35-30. Cut from behind by Gabe Borders. But a nice run for the sophomore Cole Sims into the Cheek Insurance red zone. White County moving in on offense here in quarter number 3.
You said that's a touchdown-saving tackle by Gabe Borders right there, but Sims was able to get east and west, and as soon as he hit daylight north and south, he was moving.
Right back up to the ball goes White County. Pinion in the gun. Calls for and has the snap. Stretches the other way. This time he's going to keep it. Gets hit and taken down at the 16-yard line. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8. And White County knows Macon County staff, one of the best adjusting staffs that we've got in the area. Hunter Griggs makes the tackle there. The tempo's for a lot of reasons, but another one, you don't want them to adjust to what you're doing on the fly.
Yeah, and Macon all night's been lining up kind of in an old 50 look with 3 down linemen, a nose covering up the 2 guards. We're not in a bear look yet, but White County in the second half has been able to find a couple creases in there.
Trips to the right, one to the left for Pinion. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Snap taken, flip in front. There he goes up the middle to the 10 and taken down. Demarius Dowell again. Maybe just short. No, it is going to be a first down. Should be. We'll wait and see. Yeah, they're down to the 8, and now we have a late flag coming in.
And that's been coming, guys.
It is a way late flag. Let's see who it's on. Who do you think it's on down there, Coach?
With Macon County, it was earlier. The warning went to Macon County on the first play right there a few minutes ago.
This is a first down, I believe, for White County, depending on the penalty, which is certainly after the play is over.
Well, line judge stopped it, so it's definitely a first down. It'll be against Macon County, go half the distance.
It is unsportsmanlike conduct against the Tigers, half the distance, and it is a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down. I tell you, Coach Sloan and this offensive staff have made some adjustments. They're moving down the field, Justin.
They have, and they're able. They've got Macon County on their heels a little bit, whether they're hitting some of this stuff on the edge or they're able to break it back inside. They're just a step ahead of them right now.
And that was one of those that came from the play before. The side judge closest to you guys warned the Macon County secondary, and I don't know if it happened again or not.
And Sparta's waiting to be ready to go, and they're going to go quickly, but the officials are not going quickly tonight in any place. Lord, give me the strength. Pinion going to be in the gun with Isaiah Kelso on his left. He'll bring Stevenson into the backfield. First and goal from the 4. Pinion keeping it himself around the left side. Trip Pinion into the checkerboards. Touchdown, White County. The offenses are alive, and Coach Beatty's going to kick the PAT to try and make it an 8-point game.
Kicking game's been suspect this night, Coach Dodgen.
I'm telling you, he's a gamer, guys. He's not going to let go. And Tripp he's going to continue to go play. You're going to have to drag him off the field right now.
Huge extra point here for Noah Skeeth. He's missed 2 kicks, but made an extra point so far. Snap, set. This kick is up, and it's ugly, and it is no good. 2 missed extra points, and it is a 2-score game. Still, Macon County out in front, 28-19. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Welcome back. It is 28-19, and 5 points in kicks have been left out on the field for Sparta tonight. They'll go for 2 for the rest of it, but that's a huge break for Macon County, whose defense has bowed up or has given up some stuff here in this third quarter, but they still find themselves ahead 28-19.
Yeah, and you said it. The point to go for extra points is done and gone with now. They're just going to have to find a way to – they've got to get a stop. They've either got to get a turnover or stop because they're down 2 possessions at this point.
That was a Wallace Insurance Agency touchdown for White County into the checkerboards.
Scoreboard update, South Pittsburgh has scored again. It's 35-13, South Pittsburgh, late in the third. And
onside kick here for White County, and it'll be fielded by Macon. We figured that would happen, but Taylon Swaffer makes the catch. And you really don't want to pin Macon back on the 20, where they can take 10 minutes to end your game if you're Curtis Beatty there.
You don't, and you also don't want to kick it to one of the borders. I mean, you're in a lose-lose there, so you give it to them at the plus 48. You got to get a stop. These missed kicks are going to loom large. Got to get a stop, got to get a turnover, or you're going to run out of time.
For Macon County, one explosive, and the party's going to start. They're looking for one big run to start the onslaught here. How many times have we seen it this year? 2 to the right, nobody out to the left. Borders in the backfield, Zach, that is, with Gammon. This is Gammon all the way on a quarterback keeper. Wiggles through traffic, and Luke Gammon gets loose for his biggest run of the game. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And with Gammon running at quarterback there, obviously he's not as explosive as a board, but he kind of runs kind of like a power back, like a heavy back in there, and he's hard to get down. We've not seen any, outside of a couple plays where they wanted to throw it out of their under center stuff, we've not seen him get there and really try to grind the clock out.
2nd and 3 here. 2 to the right. And Gammon's going to be out wide at wide receiver. Gabe Borders at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. Up the middle. Gabe Borders with a hole. He rumbles through it. Bounces to the outside. Borders wiggling to the 30. 25-20. Borders still on his feet. Now cuts back up. Caught from behind and taken down at the 13. The 2-time Mr. Football finalist shows off why they're wiggling through traffic for another huge gain.
And guys, I said it all night, you hold your breath when either one of the Borders have the ball in their hands because they can do things like that, and that's just a backbreaker for this White County defense.
And Borders looks to be shaken up a little bit right there, guys. After when he cut back, he stayed on the ground there for a little bit right there at the end.
He is feeling something down there, but he's still in the huddle. Imagine Gammon goes back to quarterback on this play. He will. Zach Borders in the backfield with him. Good luck, Anderson County. Gammon at quarterback. Going to keep it around the left side. Looking to stretch it to the edge. Gammon cuts up, and his feet slip out from under him just a little bit. They get inside the 10 to about the 7. Oh, it'll be 2nd down. They can get a 1st down without a touchdown, but Macon's thinking 6 as we near 1 minute to play here in quarter number 3.
And there's an injured player from Macon County down on the field.
There is a Tiger down. He's being stretched out, it looks like, by one of his teammates, so hopefully that's the universal sign for cramping.
You cramping this type of weather, boys, you've worked hard.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate our presenting sponsors tonight, JB&M Trucking, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Bacon Trust Company, and Henry Brothers Roofing. And it is Gabe Borders who was down, but he is back up onto his feet and going off under his own power and looks to not have any sort of a limp. To me, my very untrained eye from
a
80
ways
yards away.
Well, the interesting thing is the coaches took his helmet with him, so obviously they're going to have to evaluate him right here.
And now it's going to be a 2nd down and 5. Let's see what's up with Gabe Borders as he's back down on the sideline. Looks like they're doing something with his leg, stretching him out over there still. The good news for Macon County is they got 4. He looks just like the other one. Zach Borders in the backfield with Luke Gammon. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 5. Inside the 10, Gammon going to keep it himself again, trying to cut up, and it gets ripped away from him, and White County has the football! Just stole it right out of his hands, and White County has life! Carter Rich stole the ball, and it goes the other way with 51 seconds left in the quarter. Sparta's not dead yet.
Biggest play of the night right there for the Sparta defense. We said they got to get a stop, they got to get a turnover. They got it. Offense is moving. They moved the ball the whole second half. Got to put this one in the end zone. What a strip.
And did not even let it hit the ground, just rip it and keep it.
I'll take that handoff.
Quickly back on the field is White County's offense, Macon County's crowd trying to spurn their men on. Pinion keeps it himself, stutter steps, and look out, Trip Pinion to the 30, Pinion to the 35-40. He's not slotted in this time to the 50, and he'll be escorted out of bounds. Trip Pinion with his longest run in a long time. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down, and White County is very much alive.
That's a 30-yard run to start the drive as this 3rd quarter is ticking down. We said it earlier, the momentum in this game at one point was on this sideline. Macon's had it. It's shifting back to this White County bunch.
The tempo in effect right now for Sparta. Braylon Flowers got Pinion out of bounds. High snap. Pinion gives to Kelso. Kelso up the middle, following blockers. Isaiah Kelso's got a 1st down and more. Carrying defenders inside the 35 to the 34. And that was a huge hole opened up by Gage Stevenson up front. Kelso's a little bit hobbled, needs a sub. Cole Sims will check in. That'll be important to watch, coach, down there on the sideline as Bo Warner makes the tackle. Kelso, a huge piece, obviously, on offense, but especially in the middle of that defense. Pinion quickly back to work. Hands to Sims this time, and Macon County's ready for it. Matthew Wheely gets in and wrestles him down, a loss of a yard, and that will likely be the final play, but Sparta may try to run one more. 14 seconds. They want to get back and go, and you can't blame them with how they're playing.
Got to go, and they got to get as many snaps in as they can in this game.
6 seconds.
It's a cramp down here on the backside with Kelso.
2 seconds. Pinion does get the snap off. He's going to keep it himself. Cuts up the middle, and well defended for Macon County. It'll be a 3rd and 10 when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. After 3, it's Macon County 28, Sparta 19, but the Warriors are driving. You're watching high school football on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
JB&M Trucking has recently partnered with TS Transportation out of Sparta. They're here to handle your local, regional, and OTR flatbed needs. JB&M Trucking also offers hotshot capacity. Call 931-265-5521 for more information. If you're a driver looking for a change of scenery, they have opportunities available for you. Remember, for all your transportation needs, contact Jordan Bailey with JB&M Trucking at 931-265-5521. JB&M Trucking is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Sparta team consists of dedicated real estate professionals passionate about helping individuals and families achieve their real estate goals in their home of Sparta. Rico Sparta are your trusted hometown realtors. Focused on people over profits, Rico Sparta can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-837-8371 or visit them online at letsgorico.com. Rico Sparta is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Fourth quarter getting underway. 28-19 the lead for Sparta. Quick score update, Jeremy.
Congratulations, York Dragons punching their way to the semifinals with a 31-7 win.
And I misspoke. 28-19 lead for Macon. Sparta has the football. 3rd and 9 for Trip Pinion. Drops back, fires in the middle, and it's dropped. Tried to fit it into the zone. Receiver was there, had to go down for it, and now it's a big 4th and 9 play in a 28-19 ball game. Tonight's broadcast is presented by JB&M Trucking, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Macon Bank and Trust Company, and Henry Brothers Roofing, as it's 4th down and 9 from the 34-yard line. And Sparta, no option. They have to leave the offense on the field here. Biggest play of the season for the Sparta offense. Macon's defense trying to avoid giving up points off a turnover.
The receiver's got to make that play for his quarterback, put it right on the money.
Pinion drops back. Pressure drops. Steps up in the pocket. Now they come, and he falls down. The grass slips out from under Pinion, and Macon's defense bows up and gets the turnover on downs. Matthew Wheely pressuring there defensively.
Again, this is one of those, that third down play, you go back, and if you're Sparta and you wind up losing this game, you think if we can catch that ball on that 3rd and 9, our 4th down call so much different.
Instead, it's 1st and 10. Tigers looking for the kill shot. Up by 9. 3 missed kicks. 2 extra points and a missed field goal loom very large right now in this ball game. Flowers goes out to the left, and here you go. Under center goes Macon County.
They're going to grind it out now.
Snap taken, turn in hand. Zach Borders with a hole in front. Borders with a big hole to rumble through. They'll be driven out of bounds. Short of the line to gain, they'll run the clock, so they'll say he was taken down inbounds. And it's going to be a 2nd and 1. We saw them do this last week and ice the game away against Upperman on the road. They're looking to do the same here against White County.
Yeah, if you're the White County coaching staff and the dudes on that sideline, when Macon came out in that formation, your stomach kind of heart dropped in your stomach because you just saw what they did to Upperman last week in this formation.
Stick around post-game for the Rico post-game show where we will have the winning coach in the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game live with Coach Dodgen. Under center goes Gammon again. Turns hands off. Brendan Flowers, the power back, rumbles through for a 1st down. Macon County to the 38-yard line.
And that's just simple. Bailey coming back, and they've just got White County off balance a little bit, thinking everything's going to go to the edges. Hit him right up the gut. Blocked up really well, running hard.
Most wing T teams, Justin, stay in wing T all night. You prepare for it all week. You know what kind of to expect. Not Macon County. They hit you in 30 different ways.
Yeah, and they bring it out in kind of times you don't expect it, and when you know it's coming, it's hard to stop.
Back under center goes Luke Gammon. He's got a 1 receiver to the left. Gammon under center. Takes the snap, turns hands off to Flowers again. Big hole to rumble through. Flowers lowers the shoulder and finishes inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He's nowhere close to the 1st down, with the officials signaling for the clock to stop, and now they'll run it.
Well, the head linesman doesn't even have the 1st down there. His line judge is telling him it's short, and he just stops it for no reason. That's just poor mechanics.
That's a tough break for Macon County, who wants this clock to run. Under 10 minutes to go in this quarterfinal round matchup. Under center goes Gammon. Turns hands to Gabe Borders this time. Borders to the edge. Gabe Borders to the 20, to the 15. Jumps upfield to the 5. Is he in? Can I please have a signal? Can I please have a signal?
How do they have him down at the 5?
They have him down, I guess, out of bounds at the 5-yard line, or it'll be 1st and goal for Macon County.
And that's kind of
Man, I'm glad you're here
sweep
tonight, Jeremy. Go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
Yeah, that power sweep where it looks like it's going to hit outside, and then the Borders do an amazing job of setting that block up and getting north and south. It's really hard to defend. You got to box that thing in a lot closer than it's getting.
1st and goal from the 5 for Macon County. They lead 28-19, a 9-point advantage. It's going to be very interesting. If they score, they may go for 2 to try to make it 17 and put it at a 3-score game.
And then White County's going to be in a spot. There's not enough time left on the clock, enough possessions in the game.
White County will hope desperately because a touchdown and an extra point.
How are we running the clock if he's out of bounds?
And they are running the clock.
I mean, he can't be out of bounds and you also run the clock on the ready for play. It's one or the other. It can't be both. That's ridiculous.
Welcome to the club, Jeremy.
Yep, under center goes Gammon. 1st and goal. Takes the snap, turns hands off to Flowers, goes up the middle, and Sparta's big defensive front stands up. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. And for the 3rd time, I'm going to reiterate this, in the last 3 years, York Institute into the semis. And they will have a chance. Maybe more than any other year.
And they're playing Marion County. That's the final.
What was the final in that
14-7
game?
14-7
So Westmoreland keeping that close is a good sign because Marion County destroyed East Robb last week, and everyone went, whoa. So York's going to have a chance. We'll have broadcast coverage of it next Friday night. Under center is going to go Luke Gammon here. Trying to get his men aligned properly. He sends Flowers out wide. Takes the snap, turns and heads on a sweep to Gabe Borders, and Gabe Borders into the checkerboard. Touchdown, Macon County. Decision time for Kyle Shoulders, but he sends Gammon out to kick it. It's another touchdown for Gabe Borders, who's putting on a show tonight. And it's a 15-point game. So you go for 2, you make it 17. Instead, you kick the extra point, and if it goes through, you force the opponent to score twice with 2 extra points, and they got to find a way to stop you.
2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions is going to be tough for Sparta to come up with right now.
Snap, set, kick is good. 8:27 to go in the ball game. Macon County's on the doorstep of hosting Anderson County for a trip to the state championship game. It's 35-19. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
JB&M Trucking has recently partnered with TS Transportation out of Sparta. They're here to handle your local, regional, and OTR flatbed needs. JB&M Trucking also offers hotshot capacity. Call 931-265-5521 for more information. If you're a driver looking for a change of scenery, they have opportunities available for you. Remember, for all your transportation needs, contact Jordan Bailey with JB&M Trucking at 931-265-5521. JB&M Trucking is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
8:27 to go in regulation. It's 35-19. Macon County out in front, and offensively tonight, another clinic by Kyle Shoulders' team.
Especially in the second half. Both of these offenses have woken up a little bit, but minus the fumble going in there for Macon, they've really looked good tonight offensively. And I got a text from somebody watching at home, Mr. Dwayne Tench. Yes, the Borders kids are phenomenal. They are great athletes.
One of them is going to be the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game if this continues tonight. Sparta's gone 2 for 2 offensively, but they've missed 2 extra points. As Gammon's going to pooch kick this one. Tucker Pinion is under it. He fields it at the 30, accelerates, and will be crunched down at about the 37. Trip Pinion trying to pull some magic in what has been a historic high school football career. To go from being the Robin to Malachi Dowell and everybody doubting if he could be the Batman, he answered that very quickly last year. It has been, historic is the only way you can put it. The question is, does he have some magic down 16 with 8:20 to go?
He's sure as heck going to need it.
2 receivers each way, this Macon County team, a buzzsaw. Shown it again tonight. Winner gets Anderson County at home next Friday night for a trip to Chattanooga. Pinion calls for and has the snap. He drops back, pump fakes, now steps up in the pocket. Receiver's wide open downfield, but he couldn't get it to him. Darvon Richmond got free, but Pinion kind of realized it late and fired it a little bit short. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a touchdown if he can get it to him. He had got behind the defense. Borders over there on the side kind of sucked up on something short a little bit and let somebody behind him. You know that defensive staff over there on Macon sidelines tell him, hey, guys, stay smart. Don't let anybody behind you.
Score update on the Quality Family scoreboard, Jeremy.
South Pittsburgh has opened their lead against Clay County 41-13, 11 minutes to go in the fourth
Tough
quarter.
matchup for the Bulldogs tonight. 2 receivers each way for Pinion. Takes the snap, play fake, drops back, just chucks it, looking for Richmond. Threw it as far as he can, and that was about 50 yards in the air, incomplete. 3rd and 10.
He needed that pass a play ago. Like you said, he saw him late, couldn't get it to him, had some pressure around him. I'll say this, though. The Sparta receivers on these past 2 plays have gotten behind the Macon County defensive backs. There's something there if they can just connect on it. Still got to throw it, still got to catch it.
If Macon County hangs on, they cannot allow that next week against that Anderson County team. That is a very different style of football team. Macon won't be out-athleted, but it's a very different style than what they faced the last 2 games.
It looks like we're going to get a little man free over here or some cover 3.
Trips to the right, one to the left, 4 trip Pinion.
Cover 3.
Macon brings the blitz, and they went in the neutral zone. Sparta fell back, but seemed like pretty clearly, Macon County jumped in, and that forced them to move. That'll be a 5-yard penalty and make it 3rd and 5. That's the right call, Jeremy, to my eye.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
And here's the thing for Tripp to look for, if I'm Coach Beatty over there. take your drop back and let some of this open up downfield, and then pick an alley. It's 3rd and 5 here. Pick an alley and go pick it up with your legs.
2 to the right, 2 to the left, for Pinion. Takes the snap. He hands off to Isaiah Kelso, who has the first down past midfield. Kelso on a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down. A gain of 9. Time now the best friend of the Tigers, worst enemy of the Warriors. 8:01 to go. They'll run it when they set it up to be ready to play. Sparta's been in hurry up all second half.
And depending on how fast they can score, it'll depend on if you're going to go for an onside kick or not.
Pinion takes the snap, stretches the other way, gives to Kelso again. Breaks one arm tackle to the 50, now to the 45 and dives forward. Near the line to gain, depends on the spot. Be just short. 2nd and 9 upcoming with 7:40 and counting to play in regulation. Once again, stick around postgame for the Rico postgame show. Coach Dodge will be joined by the winning coach and the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. We'll go through how this game went. We also hope you join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone show. Pinion takes the snap, play fake, keeps it up the middle, bounces to the outside. Pinion's got the first down. Matthew Wheely grabs him from behind. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance first down to the 31.
And as long as they're picking up 7, 8, 9 yards a clip, they don't have to go to pass mode, but they just got to go fast.
Pinion gets them lined up quickly. 7:15 in counting to play in regulation. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Pinion calls for it, has the snap. Play fake, fires a jump pass. Antonio Purvis makes the catch to the 25. Little Tim Tebow action there to the 20. And it's another Gary Maxwell Insurance first down right outside the red zone with 7:02 to go. And Sparta moving it quickly. They're 2 for 2 on touchdowns in this half. Haven't gotten a stop on the other end, though. Pinion has the snap. Stretches left, gives to Kelso. Kelso now in a foot race. Huge stiff arm thrown. And will be cut down by Flowers. Both borders were in there. Also had another Tiger in there in the form of Isaac McClard. Trips to the right, one to the left for Pinion. 2nd and 7, 6:35 to go in the ball game. Pinion takes the snap, going to keep it himself up the middle. Pinion dances through a couple of tacklers, brought down at the 14. They're in the Cheek Insurance red zone. 2 Warriors are slow to get up. One is still down. It's one of the linemen, and now they'll stop play, and Brent Ryan will go out and look at him. Hopefully he is okay.
Noah, right there, it looked like he got cut blocked right there, right off the line.
And he just popped back up to his feet. He's not happy. And now another Warrior is down.
And that's Tripp, I think, down. Maybe.
Oh, man. I think you're right. Tripp Pinion down and being tended to. He was tackled in there as well. So while the trainers tend to him, we'll take a quick break and come right back.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bank & Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank & Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Trip Pinion back onto his feet and walking off the field, but a significant limp to his gait, and he has been gutting it out. But it's a significant hamstring injury that he's had for a month and a half, and he has played at least a play in every game since he pulled that hammy, and now he's out of the game, and Sparta's down with a 3rd and 4. Snap taken, the handoff goes to Dowell up the middle. Demarius Dowell barrels forward. They have experience with this. It'll be a 1st and goal on a Gary Maxwell Insurance 1st down. Let's see, Cole Sims, I believe, is out there playing quarterback, a little Wildcat action. 1st and goal. Snap taken. Again, a handoff to Dowell. Dowell goes up the middle, pushes forward to about the 5, and they'll spot him back at the 6.
Tripp's coming back in, guys.
Goodness gracious, what a kid. Trip Pinion back on the field. 6 minutes to go. I promise you,
he's a dog.
He's a dog. Ridiculous what this kid's gutting it through. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Down 16. Pinion takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself. Past the 5 and dives forward to the 4. 3rd and goal. 5:40 to go.
So a little update there on Tripp. It was the hamstring, but he got hit after the play as the official.
Oh, we lost Coach. I don't know where he's too far away. That's why, over there. It's all good. 1 receiver set. Snap taken. Pinion dances around. Trip Pinion pushing forward. It's going to be a 4th and goal, 4th in the game for Sparta as we go near 5 minutes to go. And Coach is exactly where he needs to be. Our equipment's just not behaving in the cold. I want to be clear about that.
He got hit from behind after the play was over with, is what the coaches over here are talking about. That's what they said to the side judge.
And now, Macon County rises to their feet. 4:50 to go in the ball game. 2 receivers each way. Pinion with Sims in the backfield. 4th and goal. They have 3rd and goal up on the sideline.
The timeout.
Are we at 3rd? Did I miss a play?
I was pretty sure it was 4th. But they've got it 3rd.
And they've got it 3rd on the box.
It is 3rd on the box on the field.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd down and goal, and they have 2 chances at it, but 4:42 to go. Sparta only has 2 timeouts remaining, and now Kyle Shoulders only has 2 timeouts remaining, and I'm 95% sure we've had 3 downs after a 1st down, Justin. You're keeping track of the plays.
Yeah, I've wrote down every play the whole game, and I don't know. And they've got it 4th now on the box.
It is 4th down and goal.
It was 4. Yeah, 100%.
And we were going to have chaos if that play had gone off.
I wonder if that's why Shoulders called the timeout to try to make sure that the down was correct because he disagreed. He disagreed with it.
4th down and goal from the 2-yard line. 4:42 to go in the ball game. Macon County leads by 16. It's 35-19.
But again, with the officiating crew tonight, I would not expect them to have an error with the down as solid and as efficient as they've been.
That's sarcasm. Just in case you were wondering.
Guys, I don't know.
It's been bad.
It'd be hard to take the ball out of Tripp's hands, but he is just so hobbled. I'm handing this one off.
Isaiah Kelso in the backfield.
Outside.
Macon County loading up the front. Snap taken. Handoff to Kelso. Hitting the backfield and taken down. The Tigers defense stands tall, and they are 4:36 away from hosting their semifinal matchup.
I call, just before hey, real easy for me to do this too. I would have called something else after it didn't work, of course, but the success they had on the previous drives when they got inside the 5 was on the outside because Macon was just slanting and pinching so hard. They went to that flex and hit the power, pulling a guy and leading up with lead back, and they just didn't have enough in there to get it blocked up. I don't know that White County has enough players on the field either right now.
Snap taken. Handoff goes to Borders. He's hitting the backfield, gets away. And now we have a late hit, and it's going to go against Sparta.
So, guys, Coach Beatty called when the timeout was called. The official came over and told him it was 3rd down, and then they changed it on the box to 4th down. Coach Beatty thought he had 2 downs to get a touchdown.
Wow.
We'll wait on the flag here. It is a personal foul against Sparta. It'll be a first down for Macon County. Let's just, I'll just say this and we'll get on with the game. It's been a terribly officiated game. Horrifically officiated game. You can't objectively watch it every way around. Operationally, calls-wise, missed calls, terrible. And I'll just ask this one question so you can save your emails. Jeremy, do you disagree with me?
I do not disagree.
Thank you. 4:27 to go in the game. We'll move on. 35-19. We won't get you in any trouble. All we did.
Again, send your email complaints to my email. I'm
Michael.ucreporter. Gabe Borders a little bit hobbled, but he's still out there. And Gammon going to run this play clock all the way down. 4:14 to go. He's just standing up looking at it. Still got 25 seconds he can burn. Once again, we want to thank Henry Brothers Roofing for being a presenting sponsor of tonight's game. 931-854-1027. Henry Brothers Roofing, where you don't pay till the job is complete. If you haven't already, 2,000 watching on YouTube right now. Please hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build it. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Zach Borders around the edge. Borders cuts it up to the 30. Borders still on his feet. Dosey-dose to the 35 and down at the 40. A first down for Macon County. And you can feel it. It's going to be a party tonight for Macon County. And yes, we talked about the stripes. Macon County's earned the win tonight here on the road.
Let's not take that away from Macon County. They have absolutely earned this victory. There has been some weird officiating on both sides that have benefited or hurt both teams. I don't think it's determined the outcome of this game, but there's just some weird things that have happened.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, and Macon County's going to turn it down. 10 seconds on the play clock. Going to have to get up on it fairly quickly here. Brendan Flowers back in the game behind Gammon. Luke Gammon takes the snap. Going to give it to Flowers. He gets hit in the backfield and taken down. Nicely done that time. It'll be a 2nd and 10 as we go under 3 minutes to go.
I think Coach Beatty's taking a time out here. And, you know, if we go back to the game last Saturday with Tennessee at Georgia, and you see a lot of Tennessee fans want to blame the refs or whatever. The reason Tennessee lost that game is they didn't get any pressure on Beck. Tonight, there's probably 5 or 6 plays that if you're White County, again, if they go different, if we can just change the outcome of that play, maybe we win this game or we've got a one-possession game going in to tie it. I don't think you could ever just solely blame a game on the refs because there's plays you left out there. There are kicks that were missed. Again, I had it as 4th down, and I'm just up here calling the game. Got to know that it's 4th down.
And Gabe Borders has been sensational tonight.
Yeah.
Remember, senior seasons for a lot of these superstars. Pinion, of course, Gabe and Zach Borders, Luke Gammon as well, Braylon Flowers. And now they're going to get to make some history at home. And this will not be some 30-point spread game. This is going to be a dogfight next Friday night in Lafayette between Anderson County and Macon County.
And that's a really hard place to go and play.
It's going to be insanity. Oh, my gosh.
And they do a great job with their in-game production. It's going to be fun.
How in the world do you get to Macon from Anderson? That's gonna just go through Kentucky.
Helicopter.
I mean, what do you do?
Helicopter.
Under center, turnaround handoff goes to Gabe Borders again. Borders breaks a tackle, and now it'll be grabbed by Purvis. They're trying to rip out the football, obviously. It'll be 3rd down and 7. And Coach Beatty burns his final timeout with 2:51 to go. We'll remind you, Macon Trust is proud to be the sponsor of tonight's game, where we believe in the investment of youth and are excited to be part of this great event. Supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system as your community bank of choice, we're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. We're going to sell out of advertisements on next week's Macon County-Anderson County game.
That's okay.
So if you want it, go ahead and message our Facebook page, and I'll get you hooked up. You want your logo on the screen like you see these businesses? It's going to sell out. I promise you.
Quickly.
No, McKay,
so you want to be a part of it?
No, I'll get you a sponsorship from Nathan Gregory. He listens every week. He needs a sponsor, and ain't he up?
Out of the timeout, it's going to be 3rd down and 6 here for Macon County. They got to get to midfield to move the chains. They're on the 44 with 2:51 to play. A first down, all but ends it.
Stop, you have life, but it's going to be. Oof. tall task.
Under center is Gammon. They broke out the wing tee in this second half. And there is a neutral zone infraction on Sparta, and will make it a 3rd and 1. And they move the chains here. They can't take knees yet, but for all intents and purposes, any chance will be over for White County.
And that's just a guy trying to get back there and make a play. You can tell he was on his toes, just trying to time up that snap. Just went a little early.
Now, one thing about the high school rule there is if you break the neutral zone, it's a foul. In my opinion, I like the college and NFL rule a little better, that if you can get back before anything happens, it's no harm, no foul. But
and the free play the other way is always a fun play.
Correct.
Under center on 3rd and 1. Gammon takes it. Quarterback keeper, he's got it. The Tigers on the – what is this spot? Holy smokes.
Wow. He had that by a yard and a half.
They did still give him the first down by about 6 inches.
3 inches, yeah. About 9 inches.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Upcoming here for Macon County.
And the party started on that side.
Oh, you hear the train horns that they have brought. Right at midfield, and what a run this has been for Macon County to answer back. They lost 2 games in the regular season. They were 3rd out of the region as Gammon's under center. We'll talk about it all during the Real Estate Collective postgame show. Snap taken, turns and hands off. Big hit leveled on the borders there after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, under 2 minutes to play.
Zach Borders on the carry.
That was Zach Borders, gets to the 45.
And you said it, they lose a heartbreaker to Upperman with a mixed extra point in week 3. And then they win a couple games between their game with Sparta, and then they got smoked. They just got absolutely smoked by Sparta on this field. And we talked about it, but they have a letdown after their game Friday night at Upperman when they hadn't beat that team in 20 years, or they kind of have that revenge, mindset of, hey, they embarrassed us early in the season, and they definitely made this right.
Gammon hands to Flowers, and there's the first down, and that will do it. Macon County can take a knee 2 times, and the ball game will be over. They've completed the reverse in the rematches. They lost in the regular season in Baxter. They won there last week. They lost in the regular season in Sparta, and they are 1 minute and 20 seconds away from winning here this week and going to the semifinals, where they will welcome in Anderson County for the right to play in the Class 4A state championship game.
Talk about contrasting styles for next Friday night.
And we will preview it all starting later on tonight. Gammon going to run that clock all the way down. They'll have to take 2 knees unless there's any funny business with the play clock. First kneel is down. Just wait on that play clock, so they will take 1 more knee, and then the celebration will be on. A tremendous performance for Macon County on the road. No letdown after their huge win a week ago. And now, Gammon under center. Lafayette, I hope you're ready. The site, Pat Parker Memorial Field. Macon County hosting the semifinals. They get it done tonight. Final score, 35-19. We welcome you into the Real Estate Collective postgame show as the party is on for the many visiting fans who have made the trip down to Sparta tonight. And guys, gut check, just heart-wrenching for White County. It's the best season in school history, the first time they've made it to the 3rd round in school history, the furthest they've ever been. We'll talk about it during this postgame show, but first, Macon County gets the win, and they've got a very real chance to make it to Chattanooga.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say this and get it out there. Last week in Baxter and this week in Sparta, they have absolutely packed their side of the stands. They've been loud. I cannot wait to be there next Friday night to see what a circus that's going to be. Day after Thanksgiving, I'm going to have ate so much turkey, I'm going to sit back and enjoy that. I cannot wait.
That will be next Friday night. We will have broadcast coverage of it from Pat Parker Memorial Field, where Macon County hosts Anderson County. A lot to get into in this football game, guys. Let's start with the victors. And, of course, Coach Dodgen will be joined by Coach Kyle Shoulders and the young man who we're about to name the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. I cannot imagine we're on any different page tonight. One young man took this football game over tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy, you can go with it. We all know who it is.
Zach Borders. We'll just say it.
Gabe Borders.
Gabe, I'm sorry, number 7. And listen, they're both so electrifying, I get mixed up.
They look the same.
But number 7, Gabe Borders, just an absolute monster out there tonight.
Yeah, Gabe Borders. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
Big kickoff return to stop the momentum.
Well, that's the moment of the game, right?
Yeah.
Sparta comes in, they go right down the field and open up the third quarter. They cut it to a score, and the next play, Gabe Borders does what he does all the time. Huge kickoff return. They punch it in a few plays later, and now Sparta was never able to get it back to a one-score game.
And that's it. And they were just never able, after that big kickoff return, they never got their feet back in the ground and the momentum back on their side. It just never felt like they had a real chance after that stanza in the game.
You know, the thing about it for Macon County, last 2 weeks, they went and stomped Saudi Daisy. Region 3 wasn't ready. Last 2 weeks, nothing fluky.
Yep.
Nothing, this shouldn't have happened. They came in and straight up won the football games. Left no doubt in both those performances. They have earned their right into the fourth round. They've earned the right to host that game, and they've earned the right for everybody to say they're a real state championship contender now as they're going to play the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and, I know up here we're probably a little partial, definitely a little biased to this region, but I think this region is really well coached. Obviously has a Trip Pinion and Gabe and Zach Borders and Bronson Chaffin and kids like that garner statewide attention. So we tout it as we feel the best 4A region in the state, and we're going to see how it stacks up next week.
Yeah, they get a team that won the state championship 2 years ago, that fell in the quarters last year, and that is very hungry to get back. They're going to come in with no intimidation against Macon County next week in the form of Anderson County. Let's talk about it. We'll cut down to Coach Dodgen with Kyle Shoulders here as soon as they break that post-game huddle. What a high school career it has been. What a high school career it has been for Trip Pinion. Not just Trip, but the seniors for this White County team. It is a completely different White County program, and Trip Pinion has had career for the record books here in Sparta.
And I think I'm just going to kind of piggyback and steal what you said a little bit earlier. To follow in Malachi's footsteps and what Malachi was, I don't think anybody thought – okay, I will. I don't think I thought he could live up to it and as a team surpass it. And they did. And a lot of that goes on – I mean, again, you talk about the whole seniors, but Tripp had a phenomenal career, and he wouldn't have got there without those teammates and that line in front of him and some of that skill around him, helping make things easier, blocking for him downfield and just hustling and competing. What a great send-off for that group.
One thing that stands out with me with Tripp as well is obviously his statistics on the field, but then you look at he's a warrior. Just an absolute dog to fight through these injuries, and he's one of the best kids you'll ever meet in your life.
Well, let's go back to the victors tonight as Coach Michael Dodgen has both Kyle Shoulders and our Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, Gabe Borders. Coach, take it away.
I've got Gabe Borders here, Coach Kyle Shoulders with me. Coach, first I'll start with you. Talk about this gentleman right over here to my right. What's he mean to not only the city of Lafayette but to your football team?
Man, listen, he is a phenomenal football player, and you guys see that each and every week, right? But that's not even close to comparison the type of young man that he is. He's extremely important to our program for many reasons that have nothing to do with his 40 time and his moves and the way he plays. He's just extremely special, and we appreciate him having him around, and he is an exceptional leader, man. And listen, we tell him all the time, he ain't got to go out there and do anything spectacular, because if he'll just be himself, it's pretty spectacular in itself. So I'm really proud of him. I think he put on a good show tonight.
Okay, rumor going around is Nathan Gregory taught you some of those dance moves. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is.
Gabe, talk about you guys, your track so far. You've had to go on the road 3 straight weeks, 3 tough environments to play in. Next week, you get to play at home. What's that mean to you guys right now?
It means a lot to us. I mean, it's an awesome feeling, but it started week 11 during practice all the way through week 3.
Gabe, you guys, every time White County made a run at you, you had an answer. Talk about that type of experience from your players, not only you in the backfield, but your quarterback too.
We just got to be ready to face adversity when it hits, and that's what we did tonight.
Congratulations. Good luck to you. Congratulations on being player of the game tonight also. Coach, we'll come to you real quick. You've been on the road 3 straight weeks. 3 tough games on the road. Now you get to go back to Lafayette and play in a semifinal game with a chance to go play for that gold ball. You want to take it one step at a time, but talk about what it means to be going back home to play.
I think, the good Lord's got a plan. Everything happens for a reason. We thought the world had come to an end when, we had lost earlier in the season and realized that, we couldn't do any better than really third in this region and wasn't going to be able to host those playoff games like we had hoped or had planned earlier. And, just the resiliency of our guys. There's a lot of teams, there's a lot of young men that could have curled up and felt sorry for themselves, but they fight with that one goal in mind and to get that playoff game back at home. And we knew in order to do that, we were going to have to get to the semifinals. We've had a team or so that's reached the semifinals in the past, but as far as my knowledge, it'll be the first one at Pat Parker Field, and I expect it to be extremely exciting and a great environment for these young men to play in.
So you're going to be okay with practicing on Thanksgiving Day?
Man, we are. We're going to hit that sled every day, man.
Anderson County.
Absolutely, Coach. You got Anderson County coming in next week to Lafayette. Go ahead and give a hug right there. That's always the best part. You got Anderson County coming in next week. Coach, good luck to you guys. I hope you get to the road to Chattanooga.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you, Coach.
There's Coach Dodgen with Kyle Shoulders and our Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, Gabe Borders. They do welcome in the Anderson County Mavericks. Next Friday night to Lafayette, we will have broadcast coverage of it. Myself, Justin, Jeremy, Hallie. Hope she's feeling better tonight. Ooh, it's Tennessee up 47-20 on Baylor right now.
Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
Connect went to NBA. They just reloaded in the portal.
Absolutely.
They got some dogs.
Absolutely. Well, we'll hope you'll join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone show. I may grab a bite to eat because Jacob's game still isn't done in Salina. So we may have to go find a local establishment in Sparta before, but then we will have the Friday Night End Zone show. We'll talk about this game, talk about York punching their ticket to the semis for the 3rd straight year, and that game that sees South Pittsburgh ending Clay County season. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Once again, a thank you to our presenting sponsors this evening, Henry Brothers Roofing, JB&M Trucking, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, and Macon Bank and Trust Company. If you want to be on next week's broadcast, you need to send us a message right now. It will sell out. Last week's game sold out. This week's game sold out. Next week's games will sell out quickly. And if you message me on Wednesday and it's too late, I'm going to tell you sorry, it is too late. What a game it was tonight for Macon County. They get their 11th win of the season and none bigger than this as they come to Sparta and knock off the Warriors. Final score tonight, Macon County 35, White County 19. I'm Noah McKay for Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Coach Dodgen, and the lovely Madison McKay producing things. We'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area, including tonight's game. And have a great night, everybody, and